Hello? Oh, thank God. Okay. 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 Anyways. We're alive, people! Let's go! I did it! I'm finally alive! It's time to finish the job. I couldn't have said it better myself. I need to stop dropping things first. Oh my gosh, and I'm so dehydrated. I was literally sitting there panicking with no hydration. 1 second, everyone. Oh, I forgot to tweet. Shoot. Do we have a plan B? When have I ever had a plan B? Honestly, the fight's gonna take a second, and then the end game of this is it's a little lengthy, so we might not need a plan B. I do have a plan B. That was a joke. However, we might not need it. Yeah, it's a JRPG. Of course, Joker. It's like, of course, the ending's gonna take forever. And I checked the weather. We're not expecting any sort of thunderstorms or nothing like that. So there better not be nothing. I can't believe that actually happened.
Oh yeah!
Now then.
Wow, the rest of my team is so slow. I thought Ryuji was the runner of the group. Do you want me to repeat myself from last time and act like this is all new? Or, hey, you do whatever you feel like doing. I'm over here about to kick a poor therapist who needs therapy's ass. With his weird Apple speakers? I guess Steve Jobs got tired of being compared to Dre Beats, so he made his own Apple speakers.
Indeed. No
Hi,
more
Phoenix.
Let's begin.
All right, what are we doing? Are we playing Uno? I don't know if I have Uno.
If you win, my heart will be changed.
Okay. And?
However, if I win, my reality becomes the true reality.
Oh boy, what a cool final boss. I sure hope they don't fuck up his forehead. Well, they swept back his hair, which isn't a bad look, but they're already goofing with the forehead, so no promises.
I'm not holding back anymore.
Oh, me neither.
What the?
Just as you have your own beliefs, I too have no intention of changing my plans for reality.
Sir, say that again, but slower. You're gonna change all of How do you not realize you're, like, not a good person?
No matter what happens to me in the end, I will fix this torturous world.
The torturous world where there's not enough Wii U's? Yeah, that's right. I remember the running joke from last week.
That is my own rebellion.
Okay. Hey, show me a really cool persona. Like, show
These
me something
apparel
worth
just-
fighting. Or have ballet slippers, a poncho, and a.
And I believe
Oh,
you
that
call
is
forth your power
unfortunate.
Like this. Persona.
All right, what we got? All right, we got the Breath of the Wild sword. If it was combined with the Mummy and Sleeping Beauty
No way.
vines.
So Maruki really does have a persona.
I'd regret not pointing this out to you. You shouldn't mistake our powers as being equal.
Okay.
It's time, Azathoth.
Yeah, finally, we found the final form of humanity. Someone with a bigger forehead than Haru.
Our final battle has come.
Shut up, Five Head. 4 eyes, 5 head. Because he wears glasses. Man, that's really unfortunate. Seriously, like, that persona doesn't look friendly.
Incoming, guys. Get ready.
Okay.
Persona.
So, second verse, same as the first. We're just gonna spam
Knocked him right off their
attacks
feet. Nice.
and kill
Persona
everything.
protected him. This persona's definitely trouble.
What are you talking about? Satan looks really friendly on my team.
Persona.
Definitely.
William.
Ooh, very good math. 4 eyes and 5 head equals 20 eye head, which is not great. All right, is this one weak to physical? I feel like it is. It is not.
Persona! Take this! For real? Persona! Agnes!
What I think of the farming direct? I did not watch it. I have not watched a direct in a very hot second, which is my own fault.
Opportunity.
Let's go.
But I do like me some farming simulators, so I'm about it. So, okay, I ask again. Where is he? Where is he? Does this not look friendly to you? That is friend-shaped in my book. Get better standards, people.
There.
Yeah, he's a chill guy. He knows Diamond Age. Like, I'm sorry, is that not impressive to you? Honestly, if he's gonna summon all those arms, I kind of wish that it would take from his own health. I understand why they're not gonna do that, because that would make it way too freaking easy. However, it would have been a really nice detail
Knocked him right
that
off
he's
their
sacrificing part of himself to protect himself. Because, like, isn't that
Up to you.
an unhealthy coping mechanism? And that's exactly what Maruki is doing. Also, I'm so sorry. I remember reading it and I forgot to say, Emmy, hi, welcome back. I'm so sorry to hear about your computer, but hey, it sounds like you got it fixed, so congrats, friend. I'm taking down the Cuckoo Doctor. The Cuckoo Doctor is just refusing to go down, which is very unfortunate. No.
Persona. Cheater.
Let's do this!
Where's Severe? Severe to 1. Do I not have Severe to 1? Oh, guess I don't.
Eat this! Persona! Feel my
Let's just,
rage!
okay, last time I was aiming for everybody. Let's just aim for the sword. Quick recap of the direct. 60% was farming games. Harvest Moon remake prequel to FF7 during September. Pikmin 4. More N64 Switch Online games. It got a name and release for the new Zelda. I did see about the new Zelda.
Persona.
I'm not sure how to feel about the new Zelda. because it looks like it's gonna be almost like a Soul successor, like a Soul sequel to Skyward Sword, and I have not played that game out of principle, so I'm a little nervous about it because I want this next one to be good, you know.
Get wrecked! No cut.
Okay, it still blocks because there's arms. Got it.
Take this!
Why don't you like Skyward Sword? Because I've just heard so many bad things about it that's just not fun. So I'm just sitting here wondering, like, if people don't enjoy it, why would I want to play it? Honestly, like, one of the few times that I actually had interest in it was whenever I was a part of the Zelda Universe dub for it, and I wasn't even one of the characters. I was Zelda's singing voice of all things. That song haunts my dreams. I had to practice that song so many times. I was getting nauseous. Very linear and hand-holdy. I don't mind linear. Linear is a thing that will always be a thing. Like, whatever.
Never mind.
Hand-holdy is where I have the problem.
You're mine.
2 damage! Okay.
I'm beat. Blast him, William!
You have Breath of the Wild, Tears of the Kingdom, and Booty of the Femboy Link.
One knocked down.
Ah yes, the perfect trinity.
I'll help you. Persona! Go, Agnes!
Oh, see, that's the thing. Is a good friend of mine bought me. He bought me a copy of Skyward Sword for the Switch.
Let's go.
I don't know if I have it in me to actually try and play it, you know? I don't know. I am and I'm not picky about my games. So I'm just sitting here like, would I actually enjoy this game? Do I want to like spend time playing this?
Sorry.
It's a beautiful game, and I know most of the story enough to know that it's actually like beautiful. It's a very well-told story that like really hits you in the feels. I understand that. It's just gameplay will kill that for me. Most likely, I have no idea.
Persona's unusable.
There.
I don't know.
Right off their feet.
I will try it eventually. I just have to be in the mood, I guess.
We've only just begun.
Okay. Shadowy. No, not more arms! Maruki, what part of your plan thought that more tentacle arms was a good idea?
So let's move on.
Huh? He's getting stronger?
Apparently.
Be careful.
Okay. Oh yeah, here comes the gimmick part. No magic attack skills. Okay.
Knocked him right off their feet. Nice, Joker.
Go.
All right,
My
on to
turn.
the next.
Get wrecked.
One of these is weak to gun. Let's find out which one. None of them. Why? Why are these vines not weak to gun? A single bullet would shred through them. Like, the fuck? And it healed itself, because of course it did. Of course it did. The switch port toned down the hand holding a bit, so that's a plus. Ooh, okay. Alright. That's a point in its favor. That is a point in its favor. Oh wait, why did I do physical attacks other than to find weaknesses? I have all of those dumb little trinkets from shady comedies. No! Damn it! I'm playing myself. It's fine.
Persona. You're mine.
2 enemies floored. Not bad, Joker.
I'll
Button controls the Wii version is required motion. Oh yeah, no, I would not be having fun if I had to do motion controls. I barely tolerated that in Twilight Princess. So Skyward Sword doing it would have done it no favors here. That's fine, it's fine. I will play it eventually. Maybe I'll play it on stream. Maybe. We'll see. We will see.
Not bad.
Out of the way! Persona! Go!
Oh, you improved Maruki's design? I'm interested to see this. Hold on. Is it gonna be a bigger forehead? Yep! Yep!
What's my next move?
But for every react, the forehead gets just a little bit bigger.
Use my persona! Okay.
Right? Every time you react to that image, the forehead gets just a little bit bigger. Until it's just off of the screen, but then it turns around like the really long-necked dog in Undertale. You know the one I'm talking about? The dog sentry that you can pet until like its face just kind of like zigzags across the entire screen.
Sakamoto-kun, I can make...
Every retweet adds 5 inches to its forehead. No, not 5 inches!
Well,
Oh
too bad
god!
for you. I'm done running. Come. Ravage them.
Lesser dog, that's right! God, I haven't played Undertale in forever.
3 enemies on the floor.
And I haven't even
Nice,
touched
Joker.
Deltarune. Oh, I can't baton pass.
I can't.
Oh well. Well, you're already down, and you're already down.
Persona.
So I guess we're just gonna severe almighty snakebite the sword in the sky, which is a sentence I never thought I would be able to say, and yet here we are. Video games are such an amazing medium for the weirdest shit.
Persona!
Too scared? Yep. Alright, you can use an item, sweetie. You can do it. No, you're not too shaken to use an item. Alright, you're about to get knocked down.
Everyone, are you okay?
Yep.
Focus on healing up.
Deltarune is better than Undertale in a lot of ways, one of which is not story, but that's more of a fault of Deltarune being episodic. Yeah, being episodic was definitely a choice, but it does keep him relevant. Because, I mean, it kind of ties back into the discussion between, oh, do you like to binge or do you like episodic, like once-a-week episodes that you keep up with every week?
2 enemies.
I'm a
more.
binger.
Not bad, Joker.
I prefer binging, so maybe that's why I haven't gotten to Deltarune. Maybe I am waiting for it all to come out all at once. Maybe. I don't know. Probably not. But like, I guess we'll see.
Whip him, Persona. Blast him, William.
Speaking of, oh, I'm so behind on
Step out
something.
of it.
I've been watching House of the Dragon, but because it's a weekly update type thing, I am horribly behind on it. And like my friends keep wanting to talk to me about it, and I just keep saying sorry. Sorry. I don't know what you want me to do. I'm not caught up. All right, Makoto, need you to shake it off, honey,
Persona!
or not. All right, Makoto's down.
He's been taken out. You
See, this
gotta
is why I'm bad at
remember.
Nuzlockes. Like, I just take those unnecessary risks. Which is
Panthers down.
quasi part of the reason why I'm not doing my luck lock right now. Because my soul link with Seth is not going well, guys. I'm not even gonna lie. I faced off the final gym of Platinum, which is the game
I'm
we're
not
playing.
done. Using it.
Yeah. I kind of lost one of my strong and steady mons, so I'm just sitting here, like, regretting my life choices.
Thank you.
I mean, chapters 1 and 2 are both several hours in length, so all 7 chapters come at once. I can feel a bit overwhelming.
advice here?
Understandable. No, 100% I hear exactly what you're saying. But I'm a binger. It doesn't matter how long it is. I will zoom right through it. Because that's just the kind of, like, player I am, I guess. Oh, and Cat, Phoenix, and I were trapped for your ears. Oh, you mean Joker? That's awesome! Is it because I'm playing Persona, or is it because you just think Joker's neat? Both answers are very acceptable. I will take either answer.
This is our best shot. Nice.
Get wrecked!
I'll use my persona.
Or Severe. Severe nuke
Prepare
on the
yourself.
dock. I'm just gonna throw a nuclear warhead at this poor therapist who needs therapy because he wants to take over the world in order to get a bunch of Wii U's. Again, I remember exactly that was the plot line we were going for some reason. I'm not even thinking about the Wii U. I've never had a Wii U. I never thought about buying myself a Wii U.
And Panther dodges with grace.
Actually, right now I'm on the market looking for a GameCube. Because I want to play GameCube games that I missed as a kid. And I found that one of my favoriteest used/vintage gaming stores back in my old college town,
Persona!
there is in fact one
You're mine.
2 towns over from where I'm at. So this weekend,
2 enemies floored. Not bad.
I'm gonna be going. Just because I unfortunately won't be able to, most likely, go after work the next couple days because one of my lovely coworkers is just actively wasting my time, and I have no free time in the evenings now. I'm not salty. I'm not. Sounds exciting? Dude, I am so excited about it, okay?
Panther knocked
I know
one
it's a
down.
little bit hard to hear, but I am very excited about it because it's kind of like a Goodwill store. You never know what you're gonna find. You gotta dig to find the good stuff, but the second that you find the good stuff, oh, it's so good. It's such a good feeling. All right, you're low on the thing. So what we're gonna do, we're doing a, let's heal because Joker's low.
Awaiting orders.
Fully heals HP and cures ailments. Sure, we'll take it. Let's get Ryuji back in the game. Totally don't sound salty. I just, this particular person, not to like get into vent mode because I don't want to do that. I don't want to bring that energy to my stream ever. Is that like this coworker has been particularly disrespectful of me and my time, and I'm not thrilled by the prospect, but that's okay. Might have Paper Mario. That's exactly what I'm thinking. Though, in my searching, I was able to find a 1,000-year door for $70, which is still a bit steep. However, most other listings have it for like almost 200, so it's not bad.
2 enemies floored. Not bad, Joker.
I haven't acted on anything yet. I haven't done anything with that information yet, but it is there. I hate the second phase. I hate this entire fight up until the very end. The very end of this fight is very funny to me, and you'll see why in a little bit. You'll see why.
Next lane on the Ida. Persona. Agnes.
Wow, they say I'm rude, but that might be. I mean, I'm biased. I think that they're incredibly rude. Oh boy, that's just me. Okay, let's kill this Vine thing. Vine is dead! No!
Take this.
Anybody else remember Vine? Anybody else miss Vine? I miss Vine. Every now and again, I'll come across a TikTok where it's a compilation of Vines, and they're like, oh, do you remember the good days? I'm sitting here like, yes, I do. I miss it. Bring it back, please. And nobody does anything. Not a single thing is done about
Ready,
it.
Joker.
I don't want to use that yet. I don't want to use that yet. Might have to. I do have 4. Fuck it, let's do it. Oh, shit. Okay, well, I guess I just wasted that item. No, I didn't. Okay, it just stopped me. Okay, fine. I'll just punch Maruki in the face. Good plan. Good plan.
Joker, just at the last second.
My main question is, when it comes to 1,000-Year Door, will you focus on the main quest alone, or will you check out the side quest? I think it's going to be a lot like... Oh, well, there goes on. Bye, on. I'm going to assume it's going to be a lot like whenever I was playing Bug Fables, where I did a couple side quests if I stumbled across them or thought they were interesting enough.
It's time to end this. I'm going to save all of you.
Okay, well, save our eyes from that fashion choice, sir.
Queen, be careful. I'm picking up multiple readings beneath you. Support's on the way.
Oh, well, there you go.
Don't rush it.
Oop, well, okay, didn't need to do that.
Knocked him right off their feet. Nice, Joker.
Persona!
Very well, I guess. Anyways, I'm going to assume it's going to be a lot like Bug Fables if and when I get to it, in that, like, I will most likely run across.
Do it.
Side quests, I might do them if, like, time allows, if I'm able to. But I don't know if I'm going to go out of my way particularly to do a bunch of side quests, unless, you know, you guys tell me that, like, oh, you gotta do this one, this is amazing. I'll be like, alright, sure.
Using this.
1,000-Year Door, that game slaps. So I've heard. So I've heard. Box loud. Box loud. I'm gonna call you Box. Hi, Box. I don't think I've seen you around for a second. Hi, welcome to the stream. We're kicking a therapist's ass. It's very casual. It's very, very casual. Yeah, let's just... Woo! Let's just set the whole world on fire and see what happens. Maybe we'll kill the spider. I mean, the doctor. All of theirs are bundled in one place. Oh, it's kind of like the quest board in Bug Fables. Okay, that checks out. Whether or not I do them is still yet to be seen. Therapist has had it too good for too long. They understand the mind secrets. You're right. We need to beat those secrets out of them. You're right. Dude, either rock the tunic or drop the bed sheet. Don't do this half-ass middle-of-the-road fashion choice you're doing right now. Okay, see, that's the thing. Is I don't mind like the jumpsuit under a giant like poncho bed sheet thing. It's mostly the mask for me. It's mostly the mask, if I'm being 100% honest.
I got this. Persona!
Sorry, I was reading chat. Is the Persona franchise similar to My Hero One's Justice games? I don't think so. I don't think so. Oh yes, please no spoilers for 1,000-Year Door. I mean, I watched the Game Grumps play it, but I also wasn't paying like that hard of attention. So there's gonna be a lot of details that I've already forgotten, if I'm being 100% honest.
What's my next move?
So, you know, there's that. Okay, now we're gonna use the Soma. We don't need it for the HP, we need it for the SP, honestly.
Oh, that's a big help.
Bella never got too far because I played as a literal toddler. Oh no.
Persona!
Well, that makes me feel old now. Hey, and Frog50's here! What's up, dude? We're being a therapist. We're beating him up. It's really funny.
Persona! Agnes!
Not bad.
This is such slow going. And like, is there a better way to be doing this? Because I honestly do not know.
All right, Queen!
Need you, Masa. You don't.
You're not gonna convince us. Shush.
I'll fulfill my...
Unable to guard.
Persona.
Okay. That's fine. I wasn't guarding anyways. Why would I guard when I have Satan on my side? I mean, really, Maruki, think for yourself for once.
Go.
Looks like my turn.
Plus, if you buy 1,000 Eudora, you won't have to hospitalize. I won't have to hospitalize any of you.
Go, Agnes!
That's a concept. Because none of you are gonna buy that for me, right? Right.
My turn. Nice.
Persona.
Satan equals awesome. Careful, careful. I'm not trying to start a Satanism cult here.
bad.
Hold on.
Get it together!
Thank you.
Persona.
I forget. Like, if I kill both, like, if I kill the doctor, will the persona bring it back? I really hope the answer is no. Because I'm, like, going guns blazing on him in particular.
No holds barred.
Also, it's 2 years old when it released. Oh, no. No, 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 no. No, no, no. Please do not try to imply your own age, friend. No, no, no. You kind of want to try playing the games. If you're talking about the Persona games, I definitely recommend Persona 5 Royal. It does have some quality of life updates. The other games are just plain hard.
Panther, be careful. I'm picking up multiple readings beneath you.
Like,
Persona.
I've tried playing
Go now.
4, and 4 is merciless. Like, 5 is almost obnoxious with how many
enemies forward.
reminders you get
Now
from Frankie. 5 doesn't do any of that. It's like, all right, this is how it works. Figure it out. And it's kind of brutal, especially for somebody like myself who has really bad ADHD when it comes to video games. So, like, fair warning, I guess. This game, though, this game is a lot of fun, though it does get incredibly dark, so please be careful that there's a lot of very sensitive topics that these games touch upon. I just want you to take care of yourself, okay? If you ever go back on the VODs, which please don't on this game, because I started playing this game as one of my first games ever. Actually, this was the first game that I ever streamed. I had to put a lot of content warnings, especially on the first palace, because that one is rough.
Persona, out of our way.
And P5R is, in fact, coming to the Switch.
Reality where none shall suffer to realize it. I will use all of our power.
Get a better scepter. You're gonna poke your eye out, dude. Oh, I forgot they were targeting her. Oops. See, exactly. Like, how am I supposed to keep track of, like, all of my relationships and stuff? I can barely even remember something that happened 5 minutes ago.
You're mine.
2 enemies floored. Not bad, Joker.
You know, just
Let's go.
don't trust me with nothing. Don't trust me with nothing.
I'll try. On to the next. Persona. Agnes.
The fact that they're releasing it as one more bundle. Yeah, they say it's one more bundle. I don't believe it for a second. Not for a single second do I believe that they're actually releasing it as a quote-unquote one more bundle. Though I am intrigued to see the tarot cards, because, like, I don't know tarot. I've attempted to learn tarot. It did not go well. But,
Not bad.
however, I like the tarot. If they're like the tarot cards in this game, I would love to own those physically, you know? But I think that's the only part of that bundle that I would actually
My
want.
persona.
Let's just take out the
No
doctor.
holds barred.
Or not.
What are they doing?
Yeah, what are they doing?
Be careful. I'm sensing a ridiculous amount of energy from his persona.
Really? Why? Why is that? Is that why there are weird little purple ribbons dancing around it like he is from, like, Fantasia by Disney?
Joker, you all have to guard this.
Really?
Do you remember how every one of your dreams was granted in my reality?
My dream wasn't granted.
Not a single person is in pain here. Everyone is happy. Why would you deny them that opportunity?
Okay, question though. A lot of his stuff is about, like, everybody being happy, but a lot of the problems that he's targeting is emotional trauma. Like, if he tried to talk to me, yeah, sure, you would heal my emotional trauma, but what about my, like, aching old lady bones? Would you just change my perception to make me think that my bones weren't, like, aching? And then I would never go to the doctor and that would kill me slowly? Just a question. Like, what if somebody had cancer? Would you just, like, change their perception and convince them that they don't have cancer? And then, like, they stop going to the doctor and that just, you know? You know? Like, am I reading too far into this? Yes. But he's also wearing a really weird, like, solid gold thong. So, we're not gonna trust him. No magic skills? Okay.
I'm not done yet.
Oh, he gets a super powerful attack with the paper tear thing. And I can see the galaxy. Interesting.
Support's on the way.
His power got so strong, last week he turned off Cat's power. He did! And I'm still mad about that, by the way.
Persona!
I'm still very mad about that, in fact. Because, like, I was halfway through the fight.
Floor. Not bad.
And I was so ready to end the stream for reasons I'll explain later. But, like, I was so ready. I was so ready. I was gung-ho. I was pumped. I was braced for it, in fact. And then, just kidding. No rights for you, I guess. It wasn't even storming out. Like, I do not understand. I have tried to figure it out. I do not understand how the power went out, like, glitched out of existence
Persona!
and caused for the stream to die. And it's just not great. It's not a good feeling, if I'm being honest.
Persona! Feel my rage!
I don't know if one will bring back the other, so I'm not taking any chances here. All right, Joker, detox. I need you to detox for the meme. Come on. Okay, good.
I won't fail.
And yet,
I can't fail.
and yet.
I understand the difficulty of accepting such a huge change, but that's nothing more than your fears controlling you. Please, won't you please believe me?
Oh, I believe you, but I also believe that you're an idiot. So, I mean, here we are. Unable to cure you, motherfucker.
Come! You're mine.
Oh, sorry, okay. Jumping around a little bit. However, I found this really cool prompt that I think would be cool to talk about while I'm kicking this guy's ass. Somebody said,
I'll use my persona.
take the last 2 games that you've played and mash them together into a new game, and now you're the main character of that new game. I'm not a game designer. I have never, like, had the particular need or want to become a game designer. However, the creative juices in the back of my brain was like, you could try, though. Because the last 2 games I played was Hades and Animal Crossing. Long live the king.
Azathoth,
Oh, that's how you say his name. Wait, say it again.
Azathoth, Azathoth,
It sounds like he's trying to, like, not to throw up in front of us. 1 second.
Azathoth.
Yeah, I get it. Listen, I had Taco Bell last night. I get it. You feel like you're gonna, like, hurl. But not right now, please. Not with that dumb hat.
Did I fail?
Is that? It's Maruki's treasure.
A torch. Maruki, did you steal that from the Statue of Liberty? We're in Japan!
What is it, though? A torch?
Torch is a light to guide people. It may symbolize his perception of himself as the guide for the entire world. We're here to change his heart, aren't we? Go on. Take it.
Alright, where's the twist?
So, this is it.
Yeah.
This place is collapsing!
We'd better take our leave. Rumi, I'm sorry. I couldn't. No, I can still.
Stop.
Joker, look out!
Damn it! We gotta book it!
Guys, jump in!
Nothing like a silly cat bus to really bring in the mood that, like, hey, this place is collapsing. We should get out of here, huh?
Hang on!
Some joke about family because Fast and Furious.
That was close.
You're no kidding.
Doctor, this has gone too far past changing someone's heart. Is he even still alive?
Looks like that isn't a concern.
Please tell me his persona. Please tell me he's riding his persona like a surfboard across the sky. Please. Please. Oh.
Sorry, but I won't admit defeat just yet.
No, he's just doing the haha, I have the higher ground. I'm definitely a good guy. Pose. Good. Please stop.
I'm sorry. You know I can't do that. I've been chosen by the world itself. Granting this wish is my responsibility.
What are you doing? You took it back? Is that allowed?
He just... the treasure!
Is that allowed? Okay, okay, whenever I said get a better scepter, I didn't mean like this. What? No,
Isn't
stop.
that-
Stop that. Stop. Stop. Twilight Princess Legend of Zelda looking ass. Oh no, Attack on Titan looking ass. That's so much worse. Do I really have to fight a giant godlike being again?
Maruki.
Oh.
He's done it. He
No, that's
evolved
so
his
much
persona.
worse.
Such strength of will. If it is for everyone's happiness, I don't care what happens to me.
Yeah, did you really think there wouldn't be a
Don't
phase
resist.
5?
Accept it. With my power. No. With mine and Adam Cadmon's together. Our reality is nigh! Persona guides me.
Yeah. His persona has swirly nipples. Yeah, you can't do a purple nurple or a swirly because he's already doing both at the same
To let it end
time.
like this. Adam Cadmon, guide us all to our ideal reality.
You're wrong.
We'll decide our reality.
We refuse to let it end any other way, too.
Persona!
Okay, damage to him is greatly
Persona!
reduced. Okay.
Go down.
At least we're fully healed. That was nice of them. I guess sitting in the cat bus for 5 minutes was enough to fully heal us. Man, D&D lied to us. They said short rest only gave you a little bit.
Persona! Take that!
Cadmon. I'm sorry. It looks like and sounds like a Digimon. I've never played Digimon. I've never watched Digimon. But that's a Digimon, right? I'm not crazy, right?
Lend me your strength.
Revitalize soul? Oh, you asshole. Oh, cool. So you're just gonna... what? You're gonna live on through sacrifice of our own lives? Cool. You're definitely a good person, Maruki. Don't worry. Also, hold on. I made this mistake once. I won't do it again.
Using this.
This'll do.
Because I know my damage isn't going to be equal to that. So we're just going to spam these until I get my damage back.
Time to use this.
So as weird as this persona is, I do have to admit that like the veins slash ribcage that's shining through looking like wiring for like a motherboard, you know what? I respect it. I don't like it, but I respect it.
Ravage them. I can't make you see.
Persona!
I did say Digimon, but fair warning, friend, I know very little about Digimon. I was a Pokemon person growing up, so there's that.
Persona.
Grand Pulse. Oh! Ooh, that hurt!
Persona! You're mine.
Anyways, okay. So, anyways, I had this idea for the video game fusion thing I was talking about earlier. Because we were definitely still talking about that. So, what if you had, like, you were building your own little, like, community, but there was always checks and balances. If you decided to befriend one villager who could be personified as, like, a god, an Olympus god, the caveat with that was that if you befriended one, you pissed off another. And then, like, at some point, after, like, a certain amount of time, you have to escape the island. And those people that you did befriend would help you, but those that you kind of angered by not befriending them, they would come after you about it.
Let's go.
And they become, like, your attackers. And, like, I don't know, like, befriending Zeus will gain you favor with his brothers Hades and Poseidon, if they're there. But,
Persona!
whatchamacallit? But it would also piss off, like, a lot of the goddesses because, I mean, it's Zeus. Like, you would piss off Hera and she'd be tracking you down. It's like, all right, who are you willing to offend? Because the help is worth it, you know?
Give me my cue, Joker.
Is Hades a good game? I think it is. I definitely enjoy Hades.
Not bad.
I've actually started getting kind of good at it, so yeah, I do like it. Also, why are we fighting on the other side of rooftops? We can be closer, right?
Persona.
Right? We could be next to each other, right?
Prepare yourself.
Not bad.
How would you go about combining Smash and Genshin? Easy. Genshin is a fighting game.
Persona!
Except for the only other question I have is, whenever it says combine the last two games you played, would that include mobile games? Because, like, I've been playing a lot of Phase 10, like, during work whenever they don't need me immediately. I've just been playing a lot of Phase 10 because it's Phase 10. Phase 10 is a lot of fun. I'm asking for a friend. The friend is me. Because then I would be combining Hades and Phase 10, and I don't know how to feel about that. You know, let's fully heal, fuck it.
Using this.
I mean, it's the last fight. Why am I hoarding supplies?
Oh, that's a big help.
Phase 10, it's a card game. It's a card game that's a lot of fun. Stop attacking Joker. Good lord, sir. I am half tempted to attack you with... You know what? I'm gonna do it. it's not gonna kill you, but the disrespect needs to be present.
You're mine. Persona!
Alright, do you feel disrespected? Good. Hey, golden retriever boyfriend, kick his ass for me.
Not bad.
Thank you.
Not bad. I still can't do it.
Yep. Alright, what's phase 6? I know it's
Reality's right
coming.
before my eyes.
I mean, right? There has to be a phase 6. There was a phase 5. Where's 6?
I'm sorry.
You're not.
I said I didn't care what happened to me. But I guess I wasn't committed to my words.
Oh? So you do care what happens to you?
You too, huh?
Crow-senpai, what are you...
Do it.
Can't you tell?
Pull the trigger. You didn't spend enough time with the little gaming kid. Akechi, I told you to go hang out with the gaming
you think
kid.
The same thing, don't you? Of course you do. After all.
No, you can't!
We hesitate right now. We die.
Up there!
Man, I'm really glad that this scene has Akechi and no other good characters that they're focusing on.
I'm all yours. Use me however you want.
I hate that.
Now, show us the reality.
I hate this sound
the
design.
reality we wish for. I am thou, and
Stop. Yeah, so, he watched a little bit too much of Iron Giant and also Iron Man. So now we have Iron Giant Man. And he's got an angry, shaky fist. That feels a bit excessive.
Oh no!
This power is the source and the destination. I will be the light that guides mankind.
But we are still not going to run. We're going to... That's the spirit. Now let's finish this.
Yeah, so remember how we were making the joke that they were gonna fuse? Yeah. It's very unfortunate. They did fuse, despite
You're mine.
all of the ideas of why they shouldn't have.
What? It's not working at all.
Okay, how about a gun? A gun does not work.
No good. Joker, try something else.
Yeah, working on it.
Shut your mouth.
Let me just whip this weird
Nothing
twirly
works.
nipple.
One more and I'm done for.
Beat the nipples. Dude, I'm trying!
Thank you.
Okay, I'm gonna guard here because I don't want him to die. But then I'm gonna sacrifice everyone else. Yeah, there it is.
Persona. Eat that.
Alright, so I remember seeing somebody say this in the chat, and I can see that Ninja's trying to explain it. So, the whole thing about this version of Persona, mind you, that Persona 5 and Persona 5 Royal is a completely different storyline than all the others. Each Persona game is kind of a standalone, however they all have similar, not similar, well, corresponding themes throughout it. So like the concept of personas and like an other world is constant throughout. However, they are done in different ways to tell different kinds of stories. Usually the main character, at least in 4 and 5, they have the power that is called the wild card, meaning that they're able to summon different personas. However, usually for other characters, they just have the one.
If this doesn't stop, I'm gonna try to find a way to get us through this.
Okay.
Just hang in there for a few more seconds.
Okay.
It's time.
I'm just gonna snake bite the head. Yeah! That'll show him. Wait, hold on. I keep forgetting I have these items. What happens if I just...
Okay.
Oh, it still does 50. Hell yeah.
This one.
Yeah. Futaba, it's been a few seconds!
Persona. Let's go.
Anyways, so the main character, okay, so the whole concept of this, most of y'all know this because you've played the games, you've watched me play the game, etc., etc. So, in this storyline, the whole idea of these main characters is the idea of rebellion. That society has tried to force them into little boxes that they did not agree with, they did not want to be put into, and it was causing them suffering. And so whenever they awaken to their persona, is whenever they finally like come to terms with the fact that they aren't happy, they don't want to be forced into this little box, and they want to start forging their own path, aka they find their own inner rebellion. That's the whole idea.
The time to end so.
And so the reason that the main character here, Joker-san, or Jason as I named him, has multiple personas is because that he personifies rebellion so much that he is able to have the power of the wild card. It's also like a really good way for the game to be able to say, well, he's such a blank slate. You could be anybody, so any of these personas could be you. Those could be your personas. They're not, but they could be. Hey, Halo! Sorry, so sorry, I missed that. Thank you so much for resubbing at the tier 1 thing. 9 months? That's too long, my friend.
Joker, the next time he attacks, that's your chance.
Really? I didn't know. Is it gonna take a while? Yeah. Well, also, that was a sequence where I was supposed to not be able to do anything.
His head is his weak spot. Though our attacks are ineffective in his normal state. But whenever he attacks, he drops his guard while concentrating all of his power. So if we can target his head as he strikes, we might have a shot.
You're right. We should throw Frankie at it. And that's how Frankie died. Finally. Just kidding. Hey, dude, do you realize that we're in an anime project?
We've come this far. We ain't gonna give up.
Yeah! You gotta do way better than this!
Don't underestimate our tenacity!
It's just another threat. We'll overcome it like we always do! If I run now, I know I'll regret it! We'll decide for ourselves what we want our lives to be!
I'm a bit occupied, so do your goddamn job!
Yes, sir!
Oracle! How does it look? Perfect! His head's defense level has dropped down to 0%! Go for it! Finish this, Joker!
Don't have to tell me twice. Oh, I'm so glad they gave us a grappling hook. Just for stuff like this. Look at this. It's so cinematic. It's pretty ironic, don't you think? Here we are, once again. Me looking down the gun barrel to the eyes of God. Die slow and never forget my name.
Checkmate.
And I broke his 5-head! Go watch some Queer Eye. Get some better fashion choices. Tan Fran is so disappointed in you.
Why?
Dude, have you seen your mask? Did you really think you were the good guy? I'm sorry, I should be laughing at you. You're dying, but...
I gave up everything else. I dedicated all that I have to this, but I still... Why?
Is it just me or is Joker hot? No. No. All of us can agree that Joker is hot. Whenever they first dropped his character design, everybody was like, "Woo!" Yeah, tag yourself as their final quotes. I am also a catchy. I'm a little busy. Do your job. Yeah. You're denying reality, bro.
You mean I'm running away from it all?
You are. Oh, the biggest plot twist of them all. A teenage protagonist is the therapist's therapist. Oof.
You nailed it. It's true that I turned my back on the original reality. But where's the harm in that?
Bruh! Like, listen. I used to be an escape artist from reality as well. However, that is not the way to live. That is a short-term solution to a very long-term problem. You gotta just cry it out. All right, listen. Maruki, all right, sit down. I got plenty of room on my couch. It's very comfy, as Ramona and I will attest. You and I, we're gonna watch some movies that are gonna make us cry. You heard of Marley and Me? You heard of A Dog's Purpose? You heard of Les Mis? You and I are going to sit here, eat our raw cookie dough. No, we're not gonna eat the safe kind. We like the danger. And you and I are just gonna have a sob fest. And then I'm gonna sign you up for Tinder because my God, you need it.
When it grows to be too much, too painful, every person deserves to escape that.
They deserve to escape from it for a little bit, my guy. A little bit. That's why bars exist. Not a permanent solution.
In all honesty, it's best for a person's growth when they tackle their own hardships. But reality doesn't always make that so feasible. No matter how much you try, or work for so long, the smallest injustice can wipe it all out. Leave you with nothing.
Maruki, if you keep talking, we are gonna watch Homeward Bound, and I'm gonna cut it. I'm gonna cut it off before you see that final dog make it over the hill. You know the part where they think the old dog is dead? I'm gonna cut it right there. You'll never know if he lived or not. Keep talking.
Don't you, of all people, understand that?
All right, I'm getting the VCR tape. I'm cutting it.
We're not saying you're wrong there. Living with this guy's made me realize that life in the actual reality can be way too cruel sometimes. Still, did he run away from his life because of that? No. He gained more friends and more personas. Now he's such an incredible phantom thief, even you and all your godlike powers respect him.
Yeah, I killed God, and now you're trying to play God, so like... History repeats itself, and it's barely been a month since it happened. Like, I thought you were smart in this. I thought you were smarter.
You know, there probably are plenty of people who'd ultimately benefit from your reality. But what about the people who want to take on the world themselves? How's it right to rob them of their opportunities?
Dude, life sucks. Get over it. Yeah, seriously. Again, you and I, Sobfest, then Tinder. Alright?
Oh, Mona-chan.
I got a Squishmallow. His name is Pigsy. I will let you hold him during the Sobfest.
There's something I've learned after all we've been through. Even if humans can't stand on their own, they can still do it with the help of their friends.
Yeah, anime protagonist, friend group, power friendship. What is this, My Little Pony?
Don't steal the potential away from humanity. You act like this is going to help everyone, when it's really just you giving up on them.
I've given up on everyone. Huh?
Yep.
Looks like I'm totally finished.
He says before revealing his final form, right? Dude, I will literally smack you upside the head and light your poncho on fire with your own torch treasure. Alright? Fucking chill.
The palace is collapsing!
Dr. Maruki, hurry! It's not safe there!
Shut up. Man, this animation is really ruining
It's
it
too
for
late
him.
for him.
We're trapped as well. Is there any way?
Everyone, get over here! Hurry! Mona-chan, what are you? This is no time to act tough. Whoever said it was an act.
Yeah, so you remember how there was this huge stretch in logic
Senpai, can you fly?
for
I
him
have
to
a
turn
car.
into a bus?
There's no way I can. No, it's now or never. I have to fly.
Yeah, you remember how there was a really, like, very thin stretch for Studio Ghibli to make a cat turn into a bus? Yeah, I have no way to explain this.
A helicopter.
If you could do this, then say so, damn it! Well, I didn't know. Now I'm downright priceless to the Phantom Thieves.
Sorry to interrupt your little moment of triumph, but couldn't you have made yourself just a bit larger?
Akechi doesn't like being touched,
where'd
and now he's
Joker
being
go?
absolutely
Don't worry.
crushed. But also, there wasn't enough room for everyone, so I'm just kind of here. Oh wait, no, Akechi's on the bottom. Everyone's stepping on him. Oh no. Yeah. I guess he decided that he's done being nice. And he's finally ready to start his villain arc. What'd you say? Alright, so we fought him and his weird sword persona and their tentacle arms. And then we fought them with shields and gimmicks. And then we fought him.
Sorry to cut your flight short like that.
And then we fought him with his Iron Man suit. And then he was in his Iron Man suit. And now it's just this. What more could you pull out of that dumb little poncho of yours? What more do you have?
This place is done for.
And are you going to kill me in it with you? That hardly seems like a savior of humanity action, sir.
Along with the entire reality I dreamed of. I have lost.
Yes, correct.
Even if I were to try that fight over, I'm sure I'd only lose again.
Correct, yes.
So I know This is going to sound pretty stupid.
But can we be Wii U friends?
I've been holding this all in for so long, just hiding it from myself.
Joker just runs up and decks him in the face and then kicks him in the groin, pushes him off the side and leaves the palace. Yeah, dude, I freaking wish.
So, please, help me kill every last one of my regrets.
Okay. This is getting weird. Like, this is weird, right?
You're the only one I can ask to help me with this.
Very well. Yeah, so Maruki doesn't see us as a threat anymore.
Of the entire metaverse is drawing near. Seems like neither of us can summon our personas anymore.
Yeah.
Let's begin.
Yeah, Ninja, you know how you said you wanted to deck him in the face?
I gave up everything!
I understand.
Everything!
I understand.
So why?
Yeah, Yup.
Why? Why, Rumi?
We're just gonna continuously punch each other in the face. No rhyme or reason. Nothing good will come of this. But we're punching each other in the
A
face.
reality where no one suffers.
Let's get ready to rumble! But we're both getting so tired that our punches are getting weaker and weaker. Yeah? Fall to your knees. Fall to your knees and pray for forgiveness. I'll think about it. Moving like he's somebody in food fight. That's not a Wii U. Oh well.
I'm done. I get it now. All thanks to you.
Yeah, for some reason it wasn't enough that he changed his mind, that he learned from his mistakes. No. He has to have a death fake out too.
Come on. I said I'm done. Please, let go of my hand.
We're going back together, dude.
Your eyes are as bright and honest as ever. You keep your head up no matter what.
Stop flirting. I'm trying to save your life.
I must have always been afraid.
Afraid of not getting a Wii U.
Afraid you and I wouldn't wish for the same reality.
Come on. Come on. Come on, Joker. I know you're a twink, but I need you to summon some sort of strength.
So bright.
And I'm in jail. Alright, listen, I know what it looks like. I did not steal the Wii U and I did not kill a man.
Magnificent.
We have indeed witnessed your decision. Not only have you taken back mankind's future for itself, but you've also re-established our reason for existence.
Wait. Joker, wake up! I don't like this. Joker, wake up! Yes!
While reality had been wholly distorted, your actions have guided it back towards what it ought to be.
Thank you, Voltage. You were the inspiration for that. Reality's been reverted? Please say yes.
That is correct. Time itself cannot be rewound, but every past event will revert to the event that should have occurred instead.
Okay. What should have occurred instead?
I'll ask you once more. I'd like for you to turn yourself into the police, of your own accord.
I will carve my own path for myself. I refuse to accept a reality concocted by someone else, stuck under their control for the rest of my days.
What'll happen to Akechi, though? Like, I'll go to jail, I know that.
Return to how it should be. Everything.
Gotcha. Yeah, so I gotta go to jail and my murder husband is dead. This is the worst timeline.
There are no exceptions. Have your regrets begun?
Yeah? Like a little bit. I wanted my murder husband. I could have fixed him.
I see. Choosing such a path must not have been easy for you.
It really wasn't. Now I only have 2 boyfriends. I could have had 3.
For that, you have our utmost respect and gratitude.
Jason Jenkins. I will never not be over the fact that I was allowed to name my anime protagonist Jason Jenkins. Yes, I would like to save my progress, please.
Did you see him?
Where could Mona, Akechi-kun, and he be? We've literally looked everywhere.
This is our original reality, right?
Oh, wait. It's okay, guys. It's okay. We might have lost Akechi. We might have lost Murder Husband. That sucks. But we might be free of Frankie. This might not be so bad.
I believe so, yes.
The meta-nav is gone. We don't even have a way to check anymore.
At any rate, there's no point in worrying about it here. We should work all of this out somewhere else. You're right. Now that I think about it, we've been out all night too. So let's go to LeBlanc.
Do you know Joker's canon name? Isn't it like Akira Ren? Which is a very bland name, I feel.
So... Oh.
Ren Amamaya. Really? I thought it was Akira. Sure. Hey, Coffee Dad! You're still not out of business somehow.
You didn't tell me you'd be out all night. You should have at least gotten in touch with me about it.
I'm sorry, Sojiro.
We're the ones who kept her out so late. We should be apologizing for her.
And we're all back so early in the morning. We're...
Stop apologizing so much. Being worried isn't exactly on my list of favorite activities. But I assume you had a good reason for it, right?
Have you seen him at all lately?
Him? What are you bringing him up for?
You know what his deal is right now, Sojiro?
Well, yeah. He's been locked up since last year.
Yeah, so whenever Queen told us to go to jail, like the good lapdog that we are, we went.
Locked up?
What's going on?
What are you guys talking about? Well, I was gonna ask you that, but now I'm getting a strange feeling that I've been seeing him until fairly recently. Anyways, why don't you all take a seat before I go over his situation?
So he's in juvenile detention.
Yep, that's right. We went to jail for crimes we kind of did, but also didn't commit.
Well, I need to stock up on a few supplies before I open up shop. Feel free to hang out here while I'm out.
Thank you. So, this is our original reality, right? Or are we in another different one now?
You know, these unexpected changes could actually be the end results of our actions in our own reality. Remember how he was originally planning on turning himself into the police? Then Akechi-kun did it for him instead.
But that took place in Dr. Maruki's reality, which means he's currently...
So everything that would have happened if it weren't for Dr. Maruki, now it's actually happened?
Okay, so like, whenever I first played this, it took me a second to wrap my head around it. Okay, so what happened was, this is the end result of what should have happened in the very beginning of, like, the very end of the original game. In the original game, we were supposed to turn ourselves in, but Akechi did instead. But then, like, all of the Shido stuff happened, and Akechi died, unfortunately. So now we're back in the reality where everything is correct. Akechi couldn't have turned himself in because he's dead. So Joker, Jason, went to jail instead. Akechi is now dead because that's what happened in the original timeline. We just don't know where Frankie is, but honestly, who cares?
You know, what y'all are saying is starting to make sense.
Yeah, Akechi's dead. He died in the last palace of the original game because he sacrificed himself for us. Murder Husband did have a heart. A very tiny heart. Itty bitty. You had to get a microscope to see it, but he had one.
But in that case, in the real reality, I mean, the reality we're in right now, what happened with Morgana and Akechi?
Don't say it. Just like with my mom. No Morganas.
Seriously, you're gonna cry over a damn cat as much as you cried over your mother? Are we gonna have another palace with you? I cannot go through another pyramid.
Did someone say my name?
Ugh, no, that's worse! Futaba, please, summon another palace. Please have another pyramid. I'll take it.
This again?
Recycled gags suck! Why do you always have to get us all worried like that? How are you here? Looks like it really was just the metaverse me who disappeared. Eventually, I woke up in Shibuya. Getting all the way back here took some time.
Come on, don't scare us like that.
No, don't act happy that he's back. Kick him out. His owner does not exist anymore. But his owner does exist. He's just in jail. There is no place for you here.
Oh, but wait. Does that mean Akechi's...
What is it, Mona-chan? Well... about him.
No.
What the hell? So he was fighting that hard, knowing he was gonna disappear the whole time.
Yeah. Turns out the ultimate final murder husband action was murdering himself. You know? Not as a big of an action as you'd expect, huh? You would think it'd be genocide, but no, it's just unaliving self.
So he's incarcerated, and Akechi is... I thought I'd braced myself for the decision we made, but this truly is a harsh reality.
Correct.
We all decided to live our real lives and look to the future from here.
Oh shoot, I let her talk.
Stop!
I made a mistake. I let you talk once.
I'm
Stop.
impressed with the idea.
Yeah, we won't put up with this injustice.
Are they gonna make a petition? Are they going to make signs and petition the government? Okay. After everything we've been through. Yeah, no, that's an appropriate ending.
But what can we do to actually help him get out of there? I remember Sis telling me a while ago, in order to overturn a sentence, you need definitive evidence that proves the subject's innocence.
We just need to prove that the metaverse is real. Easy, right?
So what you're saying is, we just gotta find that evidence, right?
then we're...
There's no time for us to waste.
I can think of several ways to get him out. Not many of them are legal. Correct.
We're going to show off what the Phantom Thieves are capable of. One last time.
Take them to Meme Toast. Meme Toast doesn't exist anymore. We kind of killed it with Maruki. Oops.
That's right. Let's go.
We're gonna save our leader no matter what it takes.
Yeah, Meme Toast be dead. Yeah, just take him to a place that doesn't exist. Great idea.
Now that we know the name, all we need is an address. You're right. We'll succeed if we all do it together.
We're on this. Nope.
Sis has yet to say anything, but I believe she's looking into possible actions as well.
Oh no, is our queen going to save us?
As for me, I will look into every viable solution. Thanks. Make sure you give my regards to Shiho-san.
Yeah, so Meme Toast was the culmination of everybody's subconscious. So clearly it was a piece of toast with a meme on it. Now, because we defeated the god and then we defeated the angry therapist, now Pepe and the toast are no longer one. So now we have to somehow try and remash them together to make reality make sense again just for us. It's not going to happen.
Oh, could we try getting their help as well? I'm sure they would gladly cooperate. That would be a great help. I'll leave that to you.
Oh, cool. Delegation.
We'll
She'll
talk
never
again
change,
tomorrow.
huh? There it is. Okay.
Let's save him, no matter what.
Sorry, my phone was going off. I was making sure it's not work. It's not.
I
It's
already
you
told
hooligans.
There was nothing wrong with his conduct. I was his guardian, so I should know best.
Yeah, father knows best. Don't you know the hit Disney song? In this reality, fathers knows best.
I bet you're just trying to dig up some dirt. You probably want to pin a crime on him.
That's illegal! You immoral little man!
But I'm not gonna let that happen. You hear me?
Yeah! Go Coffee Dad with his silent resolution. I love it.
I'll announce his name as the key figure in the completion of the medicine at the next conference.
Yeah.
I've heard that Miwa-chan's progress is going well.
Indeed, that's true, but...
No, there is no buts.
I'm certain that this will help prove his good character in the trials. Please, I want to increase his chances of being found innocent as much as possible.
Yeah, so you remember all those side characters that you decided to help? They're coming in clutch again.
I see. So that's why.
You'll cooperate too, right?
And so we need to release an official opinion from this school to object his arrest to the police.
Yeah!
You'll all agree with me, correct? What good are teachers if they don't believe in their students?
Please, I beg of you. Please help me collect enough signatures. I want to help a friend who's innocent.
Aw, Machinima. Go home. Please go home.
He's a really good guy. He always fights for the sake of others. He's my best friend!
I'm sorry, I barely even remember your name correctly. I'm your best friend, Honey.
A certain young man is faced with a dilemma due to the unjust oppression by the government. He is suffering from a crime he did not commit. He is a promising young man who will support this country's future.
He is my running mate for government. I don't care that he's only 17 years old. He has a promising future.
What justice is there in a country without it being able to save such an individual? This cannot be allowed!
thanks to that young man, I would still be trapped in that awful match fixing if not for his support. And now, this honest gentleman is locked up in juvenile hall, despite being innocent. This time, I wish to be the one to come to his rescue.
Hey, do you like my pajamas? They're really comfy.
You escape the prison of the heart only to be imprisoned in reality.
All right, so I just want to take the moment to say that I think it's a really interesting dichotomy, a juxtaposition, if you will, that like reality was so distorted and so broken at the beginning of the game that we had to go to such extreme measures as to go into people's hearts and steal treasure and do all these wacky shenanigans just to try and get any sort of reform. And most of the time to very little avail. And now at the end of the game, we've fixed a society to such a way that we're going through the proper channels and a difference might actually be made. It's a very interesting arc that reality has gone through in this game. Just gonna put that out there.
What a most ironic outcome. Your wish for others' happiness prevailed over your own.
Fun fact, because of this, Joker is like one of 5 Smash characters that have a criminal record. Yeah, but he's actually innocent. I know for a fact there's one Smash character that's very much guilty of all their crimes.
However, I feel as though all is finally well. In the end, you willingly chose the correct path.
You never considered that theme? Well, see, that's the thing, is if memory serves, it's been a second since I've just played Persona 5 proper. They don't really touch on that. Like, I'm pretty sure that like this song and dance of he's in prison, let's get him out, if memory serves, doesn't really happen in the proper game. They decided to tack this on in Royal, I think. And it's a nice little like note for the end.
Most importantly, you never compromised your values for your own well-being. The final arcana you have acquired is the world.
Oh, I see. So Joker's storyline was get blamed for a bunch of things, kill God, kill the next guy trying to be God, and then become God? Are we gonna have to pull a Persona 3 and put the gun barrel to our head?
It is the power for an individual to stand on their own 2 feet, swayed by none. That power shall fuel the hope shared amongst your friends and yourself to strive towards a better future. With the world, you are no longer without a place to belong, and will never trudge a path alone again.
Oh, I see. Joker went from being a hipster criminal to, just a hippie. The world is his home. He's gonna become a nomad, isn't he?
My own duties end here as well.
Yeah, so... And again, I don't remember if Persona 5 proper really touched on this, but like, I think it's really interesting that despite the fact that Joker is kind of a blank slate where you're supposed to insert yourself, he still has enough personality and enough of a story that he went from this delinquent that nobody wanted to talk to this guy who has saved the world countless times over, and he has discovered that he doesn't need society to accept him when he accepts himself, and that's the ultimate rebellion, really. So that's why he gained the Arcana of the world. He has found his own place because he has decided that wherever he is his place. Because he's happy with himself. He's independent as hell. And honestly, goals.
You were truly a remarkable guest.
And with that, Nose McPopoff is gone. And so is his weird little niece, who was once 2 nieces, and now just 1 niece. Don't ask, it's a long story. Exactly. I mean, the whole theme of this game is to choose your own path. And again, despite the fact that Joker is supposed to be like a character, like player insert type character, he's a pretty blank slate when you really think about it. However,
long time no see.
They gave him just enough of a story to encourage you to realize that, like, your situation could be just as bad as his or worse, and still you can come out okay once you gain the own confidence and the knowledge that if you forge your own path and are good to others, you're set. Like, you're fine. And that is something that you might have to relearn a couple times. Lord knows I have. But once you find that, it's awesome, guys. It really is. Anyways, it's time to shrimp for the queen!
We met last on Christmas Eve, right? Never mind. It's nothing. I have 2 great pieces of news for you today.
Yay, I'm free, and yes, I will marry you.
First, we finally managed to prosecute Masayoshi Shido. He'll likely be found guilty.
Okay, you know what? I'll take that. I'll take that. And the answer to the marriage proposal still stands.
I'm grateful for your cooperation with the trial. Your testimony proved to be very useful.
She is, I don't believe, this is Elizabeth Maxwell. I don't believe she played Midnight in My Hero, but I do think she is in My Hero. The only other role that I really know her from is Urbosa from Breath of the Wild, because she is my queen. I'm glad to hear that, at least.
To be frank, it seemed almost hopeless at one point. But thanks to the civil protests, some of the more indecisive prosecutors came to our side.
Okay, I know I say this almost every time she comes on screen. She plays Urbosa and she plays Sai, which are both queens in my book. But also, Elizabeth, the voice actress, she is so nice. I worked on a film set where she was an actress and I was the assistant director, and she's just like, she was so down to earth and very nice and very sweet. Like, whenever I heard that she was gonna be one of the actors, I was ready to be like starstruck, and I was ready for her to be like a little snooty just because like she's made it as a voice actor. No, she came in like all smiles, all laughs. She could tell like I was a little nervous, and she like was cracking jokes with me and like helped me feel at ease. Like, I love her.
It will likely be some more time until the hearing begins, but this is the first step to true change.
I also met Dobby's VA, correct. Actually, it was on the exact same set. It was Elizabeth, and it was, oh, what is his name? What is his name? I see it in my, it's not Jeffrey. It's kind of a plain white name.
The only charges right now are for breaking election laws, breaking funding control laws, and bribery. I knew that proving the metaverse's existence would be difficult, but Shido did admit to all of his crimes, though, including everything you know about.
All right, Voltage, just call me out, why don't ya? With the clip from your own stream. Okay.
Now for the other piece of good news.
Ooh, yes, I will marry you.
As of today, you'll be free to go.
And free to fall into your arms, right? I get to leave? Really?
That's right.
I mean, it is, like, listen. What I said might be considered cringe, but that doesn't mean I don't stand by it.
Shido's confession brought light to the truth of your case. We were able to prove your innocence in the original assault charge that led to your arrest.
Nice.
Your sentence will no doubt be rescinded. You're a free man.
Can I get some financial compensation for the emotional distress I had in this juvenile detention center, please? I need money, and I'm scared.
The others did everything they could for you. Bringing in the woman who was the victim in your case as a witness was the turning point.
Oh, you actually found her. Please tell me you at least like gave her like a little slap on the face. She deserved it. Oh, yeah, definitely. Thanks, Sai. You're the best.
To think they'd be able to track down someone involved in a case from well over a year ago. That wasn't all. An unbelievable amount of support has come in from various other places as well. Regardless, the righteous phantom thieves are gone.
Unfortunately.
All that remains is for us adults to lead society in the right direction.
Yeah, this was the one part of the game that I always felt like was kind of weird. That, like, again, society was broken, and it's sad that a bunch of teenagers doing these buck-wild shenanigans were actually able to make some sort of a difference, and now we're supposed to depend on the adults? I don't know, I feel like it detracts a little bit from the fact that, like, hey, anyone can help do social reform if they have a righteous cause and they are able to get enough support. I don't like the fact that they're constantly saying, like, depend on the adults. Go be a kid. Like, no. I've seen the dirty underbelly. I want to help clean it, please.
Then again, I have to wonder if you believe what I say.
I mean, we made a promise, didn't we?
Thank you.
No, thank you.
Still, I'm glad I was able to save you in court. I've never felt so happy in my entire life.
Then, can you make me the happiest man in the world? We can recreate that feeling.
I'm not quite sure how to put it, but saving your future meant more to me than my own career. I feel like you even taught me how to live.
You're welcome. Now teach me how to love. I'm sorry, I know I'm shrimping so hard, but I love
That's
her.
not true.
She's pretty, she's stylish, and she's got a really smooth voice, okay? I want her to step on me.
By the way, there's something that's been on my mind.
Yeah?
What did the treasure of my world turn out to be?
Oh. That. Why do you want to know?
I suppose it doesn't matter now one way or the other. There is one more thing. I haven't even told Makoto about this.
Oh? Joker just leans in real close. Spill the tea, sis.
But I realized something after meeting all of you.
Yes?
My most prized treasure is the justice I use to protect those important to me.
Okay.
Makoto helped show me that as well.
Oh, okay.
Once the Shido case is settled, I'm thinking of quitting my job and becoming a defense lawyer.
Oh. Okay. If I remember correctly, and I could be very wrong, I don't remember, but I'm pretty sure Sai's treasure was, it was something, I think it was a police officer's badge, particularly their father's police badge, because what started her desire was to find justice and truth and defend people, but it got twisted along the way.
I wanted to reform the system, but I'll have to leave that to someone else. Going forward, I want to enact justice not for myself, but for the sake of others.
Yep, Phoenix Wright just comes up behind her and like puts his hands on her shoulder, you know, like how usually like fiancés or boyfriends or husbands do. He goes, "That's right, kiddo. We did great in court." And there was like a mini game in the background of like a court case getting Joker free. Honestly, Joker's case, trying to prove in another world, aka Meme Toast, would fit perfectly in with Phoenix Wright from my experience.
Well then, I need to go submit the paperwork for your release. Thank you again for everything you've done.
Yeah, it's all in a day's work.
See you later.
Bye. Hellhound is raiding with a party of 3. Hello, everyone.
Hey, you kept me waiting. Jeez.
Sorry.
To be honest, I didn't really want to come.
Yeah,
but
sure.
The Taba just wouldn't stop bugging me. Anyway, you're a free man now, aren't you? It'd look bad on me if you did something again under my watch. All right, let's go home. It's cold, so get in quick.
Dragon Clan, who joined? Hey, Hellhound, thank you so much for resubbing. Thank you for the raid and the sub. God, you are spoiling me rotten.
It's not moving at all.
Hey guys, does this look familiar? Does this look like the beginning of the game? Because it should!
Due to the railway incident this morning, widespread delays have impacted the various lines and...
Another accident, huh? Reminds me of that day back in April. Remember when we went to introduce you at the school?
Alright, so at the very beginning of the game, like the very, very beginning of the game, once you get past all of the like middle of the action introduction to this game, the very first thing, like story-wise, that you can truly comprehend is you getting off the train station, being told that like, hey, you live in this city now, You see him, he pulls up and he says, very seriously, I didn't want to come and pick you up, but I have to because I agreed to be your guardian. Now get in the car. You get stuck in traffic, and there's a radio thing about an accident due to a psychotic breakdown. They didn't say psychotic breakdown, but that's what it was. And so now, history is repeating itself. We have come full circle, because he was wearing that exact outfit. I don't know why he thinks he's going to pick up chicks when he has a teenager in the car, but here we are.
It's almost been a whole year since then.
Yeah.
Thinking back, that was pretty awful to you. Throwing you in that storage room all by yourself.
Yeah, that was very rude, sir. I mean, I'm glad you did it. I wanted my own space. I mean, I'm a teenage boy. I'm 17 years old, for goodness sake. But that was not very nice.
And again, soon you're gonna be. Made some great friends here. You better thank them when we get back, alright?
Yeah. Hey, Sojiro, has anybody ever told you that the stripe on your fedora looks a lot like 7-Eleven? I'm just gonna throw that out there. To think, I spent an entire year living in a coffee shop. How fast did you park that car?
Woohoo! Namaste!
Yay, it's everyone I like!
Whoa.
You did it!
I did! Well, we did it!
It has been a while.
Not bad. You look fine.
I'm glad you seem well.
Oh.
And the best for last.
Alright.
Me.
It's everyone I like. And Frankie.
So we meet again. It's good to see you.
I'm back.
All right, so let's grab a table.
I gotta head out and grab some groceries. I'm sure you guys have plenty to talk about.
Oh, yeah.
Now we're only missing one last person.
Akechi? Dude, did you find Akechi? Maybe Akechi had, like, a twin brother named... I don't know, Kakechi? Kakechi, definitely Kakechi.
She texted me a little while ago that she's finished with practice and heading here.
Oh, Akechi has a twin sister. It's still Kakechi.
I'm guessing she'll be here any minute now.
You're not Akechi's twin sister.
All right, that's everyone.
I want a refund!
Come on, Sumire.
Man, it went well, yeah?
I'm so glad we didn't give up.
This was certainly worth the effort.
We didn't know what to do once you were gone.
None of us have agency, so whenever you were gone, we just didn't know what to do with ourselves.
But then we realized something.
Wait, maybe we could be real people, and we decided to do something.
Even if we don't have the metaverse or any other special powers, we can still change reality.
If we didn't do that at the very least, we'd be betraying the entire reason we stood up to Maruki.
Yeah.
Ever since then, we've been doing just that. Busting our asses, trying to get you out of the clink.
As soon as Joker decides to go to the bathroom, everybody just kind of like stalls. If you look really closely, for just half a frame, you might see one of them T-pose. But don't worry, it's just a nervous tick.
Not just us. Everyone who believed in you joined us. Thanks to that, we've got our leader back.
Took you long enough. You saved me, thank you.
Right back at ya.
They treated you fine, right? Actually, did you lose some weight?
It would be understandable. I've heard the food in prison is quite foul. So, what did you eat?
Okay, I will let you hear her voice on the next line, but I cannot stand her. We are not letting her speak any more than we have to.
Was it bugs? Fermented mackerel? Or maybe durian? You're missing the point.
You're gonna get some good food soon enough, though. Boss is out getting stuff for our party right now. Come on, everyone's back together. It's time to celebrate.
So what did you eat? Oh, well, they served cat meat. Slowly looks at Frankie. So behave. I've developed a taste. Why does Yusuke sound like he's voiced by J. Michael Tatum? He's not. He is voiced by Matt Mercer. Very similar, like, deep velvety voice, though. I can see why you had that confused.
I guess you really were hungry.
That wasn't me. $10, it was Sumire.
Oh, and that wasn't you?
What did I say? It's fucking Sue.
Sorry about that.
There you go. That's the one line you get.
Ah, it was Sumire.
Sojiro will be back soon. Just hang in there.
Oh yeah! Sorry for not minding my business. But we heard from boss. You're going back home next month?
Yeah.
Can't you stay here?
Dude, I'd freaking love that. But the law said no.
Sure, we proved you're not guilty, but people are still gonna label you there, aren't they? Ain't it just gonna be uncomfortable going back?
Yeah. But it's okay. I have the world
What's the
card.
matter? We were all so excited a moment ago. How about this?
No, 100%. Sue's voice is very pleasant. The voice actress did an amazing job. I just don't like how they wrote her character. So she has no speaking rights.
If our leader is leaving, the Phantom Thieves are truly disbanding, correct? Today, we can celebrate his release and commemorate the day of our disbandment.
What kind of commemoration is that?
I was serious when I said it. It sounds like a good idea to me.
I guess you're right. We just gotta double our excitement for today.
Yeah! Let's go buy some airsoft guns and just pretend like we're still Phantom Thieves. In public!
About that, there's something I need to tell you guys.
You're gonna fade away from existence. You're gonna leave us alone. You're gonna go live with somebody else. Please. Please, I am begging you.
I've decided to go with him when he leaves.
No! Why do you get to leave everyone else alone? Everyone else likes you!
He's pretty special after all. Plus, we need someone there in case he turns back into a delinquent.
Yeah, you're not gonna help with that. You're an enabler, dude.
Come on, we've known each other long enough. You don't have to say that kind of stuff to me.
We've known each other for an entire year. I am now your legal guardian.
Either way, I want you guys to add my farewell party to the one we're having tonight.
Dude, seriously, that is such a dick move.
I don't know. Is that important?
You're not leaving for another month, right?
It is far too early for a farewell party.
That'll just muddy the purpose of this celebration. Oh, how dare you! Sumire? That's the ticket. My re-welcoming party. Nobody can complain about that. So, for the food at my party, I demand sushi! Sushi!
Hey, Coffee
Man,
Dad!
You guys are loud. I could hear you from outside.
Yeah, we're just being rowdy teens. What do you expect, Coffee Dad? We're not allowed to commit crimes, so what else are we supposed to do? Scream into the void? Because that's what we're doing.
Chief, they're so mean!
Noisy as always.
Hey, I'm not some normal cat!
I can't understand what you're saying to me, you know. Here.
No, I would much rather have sushi than something like... This is delicious!
Is it cat treats? Is it catnip?
What an assertive little guy. I wonder where he got that from.
I don't know. Murder husband's not here. I can't glare at him.
That's just part and parcel of who I am. The one, the only Morgana.
Stop trying to talk so big. You're just a cat now.
Shut up! I don't need to hear that from some dumb ape.
I hope to Christ they have a cutscene at some point where Frankie gets high on catnip. No, that would be hilarious. I mean, surely there's a fan animated thing like that, right? There has to be.
What was that?
It's things like that. You get angry so fast. Oh, and you're vulgar.
You little... Why don't you go disappear again?
Why is Morgana called Frankie? Because Frankie deserves no respect because they are the tutorial hand-holdy character a la Fi Fo Fum from Skyward Sword, where like he just talks a lot. He does not, he gets speaking privileges, but he doesn't get name privileges, so we renamed him Frankie because that just seems really undignified. It felt like a good punishment at the time.
Shut up! We're supposed to be celebrating, not fighting! They're at it again.
You guys never change, do you?
What do you mean we never change? You've only known this entire group for like a month? People don't change that quick, dude.
Seriously, that weirdo Inari.
What? Yusuke wasn't even a part of the cozy! What?
Who are you calling a weirdo?
Don't worry. You don't need to defend him about that.
Well, anyways, we're all here now. Let's kick this party off!
Yeah!
Very well.
Sojiro, I want sushi!
I love Sojiro's point of view where it's Ryuji yelling at him and just aggressive meows. Yeah. Yeah, no, it's great. I would love to have Sojiro's POV. Honestly, any video editors want to do me a solid? Any video editors want me to do me a solid? Edit that scene. Edit any scene where Sojiro knows that Morgana can talk, or even one he doesn't, and like just edit all of Frankie's lines into just meows, please. And any amount of a scene. I think that'd be funny. Anyways. Delicious food, fluffy sheets. I guess home is what you make of it. Even in this abandoned building of all places. Hey, take care of me like this back home too, okay? Dude, I do not want to take you with me. I'm about to go to college. You're gonna be telling me to go to bed at like 8 p.m. No, I'm in college. I want to drink and party. So, I wanted to ask you something. What's up? Remember the tail end of Maruki's palace when I was actually flying? That wasn't a dream, right? Oh, I don't know. Come on, don't blow me off here. I mean, I'm pretty sure it did actually happen, but I can't figure out how it was even possible. So, this is just a theory, but no, don't try to retrospective, theorize on why that happened. It was dumb and we're gonna move on. Don't you have that star Jose gave you? Oh! Hey, it's... dead. This was shining the last time you looked at it, right? So it really was the effect of the star. You took my wish? Frankie took our wish to turn into a helicopter. I don't care that it saved our lives. Frankie took our wish. Oh, well, of course it was, now that I think about it. There's no way that the idea of a cat converting into a helicopter could suddenly become a common cognition. Well, we're through with the metaverse, and it only happened in the most extreme of emergencies, so I have a feeling it won't be happening again anytime soon. Ninja, why are we all capsing Jesus Christ's name? I couldn't say this in front of all the others, but I'd like to see you privately. Can I come by LeBlanc tomorrow? Heck yeah, I'm gonna spend time with Makoto. Thanks. I'll stop by when the shop is about to close. Well, good night. I looked at a video of every cutscene prior to get a scene for editing. Go ahead and guess the length. Yeah, I'm gonna say it's like at least. I'm gonna say it's probably like 42 hours. I don't know. You never change, do you?
Let's go.
Come on, let's go to bed.
You're working at the shop from tomorrow onward, right?
Why is that voice lined? Why is that line voiced? 29 hours. Yep. You can watch the Persona VODs, but as I have said before, Persona was the very first game, like very, very first game that I ever streamed back whenever I was still learning how to properly stream. So quality is not gonna be great. And also, this is going to be parts 34 or 35, and each stream's going to be at least 3.5 hours. So, that's a lot of content, friend. Just fair warning. You've been at this for almost 2 years? I know.
Oh, right. Today's Valentine's Day. No wonder there were so many guys bringing girls in here.
Yeah. Well, how'd that happen, huh?
Don't you have anything exciting happening? I mean, you've been here nearly a whole year. You know, when I was young. Ooh, boy.
Yeah, I'm sure you were a real lady killer.
Good evening. Sorry to barge in like this.
Oh, you look so cute. Oh, look at her. Like casual, but still like really cute. Oh, I'm gonna take you on a date. It's Valentine's Day.
Oh, you should have just told me.
Dude, have you ever heard me speak a full sentence?
Here, I'll leave the store to you. Enjoy yourselves.
Don't say it like that, Dad. Come on.
He was quite considerate. Welcome home, once again.
It's good to be back.
I can imagine. But let me say one thing.
Yeah?
I was scared out of my mind, you know? It was like you disappeared.
I did disappear. I got yoinked into prison. A feeling I never wish to experience again, if I'm being completely honest.
And after that, I find out you turned yourself in?
Well, yeah, I kind of had to. Your sister told me to, and you know, whenever she says jump, I say how high, so...
I forgive you.
Oh, well, that's good.
But you need to stop shouldering all the burdens on your own, okay?
I'm sorry. Are you an anime protagonist?
I want to support you, especially when you're hurting. Sorry, I didn't mean to turn this into a lecture. That's not why I came here anyway.
Oh, sweet. Did you buy me a Wii U? That would be real
Chocolate.
conflict
For you.
resolution.
I'm afraid it's not homemade, but
This makes me happy.
well, I'm happy you're happy.
The little blush, she's so precious.
We came back, right? We're in the real world this time?
Pretty sure.
I've been studying hard. I'm looking to apply to law school.
A chocolate Wii U. Honestly, if my next Valentine isn't chocolate fashioned to look like a Wii U, I don't want it. I plain will not accept it.
My dream of becoming a police commissioner remains the same. Can I sit next to you?
Ooh, we're getting saucy.
back
We're
next
sitting
month,
next
right?
to each other. Come with me.
Sure, just let me get my tickets.
Really?
I wish.
Damn it.
But our relationship can survive a little distance, right?
Yeah. I mean, like somebody in chat said earlier, Japan's not that big. We'll just take train rides. A lot. I mean, I'm pretty sure the money transferred over. I think I still have like 4 million yen. We're fine.
Can I tell you something?
Please do.
When I was a phantom thief, I was driven by one goal: to help those who were unjustly suffering. And that hasn't changed, of course. But now, I have something else too. Now, I have someone I want to be happy. I want to stand beside them. Not as a phantom thief, but as myself.
And just accidentally drop Frankie and then like leave him at the train station? Yes. And then I'll hook up with my girlfriend. Yeah, it's a perfect plan.
Someone very special.
getting cute aggression.
Perfect timing. You've got a guest.
Oh?
Sorry to bother you this early in the morning.
Oh my gosh, I just had a romantic night with your little sister and now I'm with the queen.
I was wondering if you'd like this. There's no obligation, of course.
Did you get me chocolates too?
You've helped me through a lot. I wanted to express my appreciation. Sorry for how this is coming off. I didn't mean for it to seem like I'm just dumping my leftovers on you.
She also pulls out a Wii U. Like, I don't know, just this made me think of you. Like, with the ending of Meme Toast, did we accidentally send out like a pulse wave of, hey, this random teenager in Japan really wants a Wii U to like the masses? Are we just gonna get every Wii U in the universe because we accidentally talked about it one too many times in Meme Toast? Not at all, thank you.
I'm the one who should be thanking you. So, thank you.
That squeal's getting clipped, do it.
Well, look at this hotshot. Lucky guy having a gorgeous lady drop by this early just to give you treats.
I hope you don't mind that I stopped by today. No doubt you already got some from someone special. I should really be going anyway. Sorry to impose. And this is hardly the end of my debt, of course. Chocolate isn't going to cover all you've done for me.
Oh? So should I be expecting a promise ring? I wear a size 10. You know, just in case you need to know.
See you around.
Oh, you want to do me a favor? Yeah, get this dumb cat out of my bag, please. He won't stop moving. It makes it carrying a bag very difficult.
We usually don't run into each other here, huh? Oh, yeah. This is for you.
Oh, sweet. Thanks.
I was going to give it to you at school, but as long as we're both here.
Sweetie. Ramona. Ramona, stop. No. She's watching the students in the background walk by and is trying to swat at them. Baby.
Have some chocolate. You know, for Valentine's Day.
As friends?
As friends. Close friends.
Really close friends, huh?
I'll be counting on you.
Oh, I'm glad I got to see you. I'm relieved you're safe. On that note, I have a small gift for the occasion, if you'll accept it.
So while we're going through all these really cute scenes, so last night whenever Makoto comes to see you, fun fact, if you decide to date multiple women, which first of all, how dare you? Second of all, if you decide to date multiple women, one of the add-ons for Persona 5 Royal is that all of the women come over and they find out that you've been cheating and all of them beat you up. They literally beat you up and leave you like unconscious on the floor. It's golden content.
Apparently these days, people give chocolate to friends, even when it's purely platonic.
Are we just getting a bunch of chocolate now? Yeah, did you not see the date, friend? It's the day after Valentine's.
Seems like a fine opportunity to celebrate your return, and express my gratitude.
Oh, you're right. Golden is Persona 4. This is royal content. You're right.
I hope Shogi brings us even closer together.
Yeah, totally. You know what? Being in prison made me forget.
Welcome back.
All about Shogi. You're gonna have to teach me all over again. Sorry, Hifumi. Sorry.
I wasn't sure I'd even see you, but I guess this is good timing.
Yeah?
Here, take this.
For me? She injects you with chocolate straight into your veins via a really weird looking needle. Hello, new friend. Who is my waifu? Okay. So, of the dateable options in this game, I usually choose Makoto. But as you will know from any conversation from me in this game, my queen is and forever will be Sai. She's just not a
Figured you
dateable
deserved
option.
A little
The cowards.
appreciation. Who knows? Don't get your hopes up. Sounds like you've been through a lot. It's kind of a relief to see her the same as ever.
Though honestly, Takumi, which I believe you can date her, she is a dateable option, this hot goth doctor. It just feels weird, because she's like almost 30 and we're 17. That just feels weird.
Remember, I'm pretty close by if you ever come down with something. Call whenever you need to.
Joker like perks up every time somebody says, hey, I have something for you. And then he deflates immediately the second he sees it. He's like, oh, it's just chocolate. I mean, thank you. I love me some chocolate, but I don't know. I guess I was expecting something a little more.
See you later then.
Did I max out the confidants? I maxed out a good number of them.
I know it's sudden, but could you watch the store?
Sure.
I gotta head out for a bit. Think you can keep an eye on things?
Oh, were you working? Sorry to distract you.
Chocolate, I can't use this in battle. Listen. If Joker was my age, Takumi would already have a ring on it. All right, listen. But he's 17 here, so adults are off the table.
I thought I'd stop by on the way home from work, partly so I could give you this.
Ma'am, I'm flattered, but you're my teacher
You've
and
done
my maid.
so
This
much
feels
for me,
weird.
after all. I wanted to say thanks.
Like, I don't want to muddy up our, like, employee-employer relationship, okay? Don't make it weird.
Oh, and I didn't get to say it at work, but welcome back. I'm glad you're safe.
Aw.
Oh, right. I whipped up a little study guide for the classwork you missed. It should cover most of the important stuff.
Oh, you're such a good teacher. I wish I had a good teacher like you when I was in college. What the hell? Not in college. High school, mostly.
If you're still having trouble with any of it, you can always ask me, okay? Anyway, I'll see you at school.
Yeah, so time skip. Between here and there, nothing happens. You just go to school like a normal teenager. That's boring. Hey, everyone free after school tomorrow? I should be available. Why? There's something I want to talk about. Think if we could all just meet up at LeBlanc. Can you check if boss is free too, Jason? Yeah, sure. That works for me.
Me too. I can help over once school's finished.
I'll get here too. Likewise. Then let's all head there when we can. Yeah, see you guys there. Ryuji wants to talk. Did something happen with him? I mean, maybe. Yeah, honestly, I would as soon as somebody gave me chocolate, I'd eat it.
Sure you want me hanging around? I can step out for a bit if you like.
Like, listen, whenever I say that I have a sweet tooth, I mean it. You give me chocolate, it's gonna be gone in the next 5 minutes, maybe even 2 minutes. I have a problem. Okay, so you complete the 3rd semester, right? Yes, this is the very, very, very end of the game. Very end of the game.
No, I'd prefer you stick around. Everyone I owe something to has got to hear this.
Owe something? Oh, finally! Yeah, dude, you owe me like 50 bucks. A box of chocolate can be consumed in under 10 minutes. Under 10 minutes? More like under 2 minutes. I have a problem. Opinion on Akechi. Akechi is my murder husband, and I miss him dearly every day.
I'm thinking about moving away.
What?
Moving?
It's just a hell of a lot's happened this past year, you know? It's got me thinking about the future. And how I still want to get back on the track team.
Okay, listen. Rookie hours, I understand that, like, I could easily inhale chocolates a lot faster, but I also like to enjoy them. Like, listen, if I'm gonna get diabetes, I want to have a good taste in my mouth on the way there.
That's why I want to move closer to a physical rehab facility. Get my knee fixed up while going to school. At the earliest, all this is gonna kick off starting next month.
I see. That is quite sudden. On?
Actually, I've got some news too.
Are we all just gonna move? Are we all gonna move to Joker's hometown?
I'm in the middle of looking into studying abroad. Just short term. I've been wondering what would be the smartest move for my career, so...
You're moving too.
Both Haru and I are looking for places to live on our own, starting next month.
Well, that makes sense. You guys are graduating high school.
In fact, our moves will probably occur around the same time as Ryuji's. I plan to keep learning about the business while also attending college. And that's why Mako-chan and I were talking about how we won't be able to get together like we used to.
Are you gonna tell them too?
So...
Yeah?
I passed the entrance exam. I'm gonna be a high schooler starting in April.
Let's go! Little hermit crab's actually gonna socialize, sort of.
First high school, then college, then I can finally research cognitive science for real.
Even you, Futaba? No, I apologize. I should be wishing you all the best of luck.
Yeah, Yusuke's already set. Like, he knew what he wanted from the beginning. He's already good to go.
Nah, you do have a point. We are going our separate ways.
Yeah, it'd be a real shame if the internet didn't exist and we couldn't talk to each other via text message or call at any given point in the day. Man, if only the technology existed.
Oh, you mean the bonds we all have? That's a great point.
No, I mean, we have phones. Phones exist, my guy. You heard of a thing called Discord? I have a server just for the Phantom Thieves.
Strides forward. I, however, will not be going anywhere until I've completed my current painting. No matter how many years it takes, I will express this feeling that's grown within me since we first banded together.
That's still some kind of stride, though, ain't it?
No matter what we may go through, or how many times we may stumble, we'll follow the path we believe in.
Oh yeah, they try to have like a Zoom meeting, and Frankie just knocks the camera over, and it's just like, God, ugh, and you just kick him out the house and refix it, just be like, fucking cat.
That's what the Phantom Thieves are all about. Stop trying to be such a cool cat. I am not a cat. Yeah, I guess I am.
Haha! He finally admitted it!
There's still no way I'm accepting Doc's reality, but if it weren't for going through that, I don't know if I would have felt this way now. It's like following through with what I want to do in life. I guess.
In that case, wouldn't you say Sumire learned the same thing?
Who?
I mean, she is at training camp right now.
Who are we talking about?
Indeed. While her viewpoint may differ from the Phantom Thieves' beliefs, there's still much we can learn from her.
Oh, that reminds me. Sumire left something with me.
Seriously, who are we talking about right now?
She told me she forgot to give us this the other day. Is that a newspaper clipping?
Yep.
Guess it was lying on the ground when we got out of Dr. Maruki's palace.
This article!
It's the case about Dr. Maruki's loved one. The one whose family was murdered.
I'd be willing to bet this is Doc's treasure.
Yeesh. We're not gonna get any money off of this. I mean, oh no, poor Dr. Maruki.
So her case was the origin of Maruki's distortion. Would you hold on to this?
Yeah, he is a strong word. That would imply that I have any strong emotions towards her. But it's also very accurate. Have you tried coconut juice jelly? No, but that sounds
focused on our dreams.
That sounds a little funky. I do want to try it.
Otherwise, Dr. Maruki's gonna give us all kinds of shit.
True.
You're absolutely right.
Well, I'm very impressed. You've all become quite mature. So let me throw you a little celebration in honor of the next chapters of your lives.
Thank you. Aw yeah! It's all you can eat and drink, people!
Huh?
Boss, thank you for the generosity.
That wasn't what I said.
Yeah, you just opened up a black pit, which is Yusuke's stomach. He might be as thin as a toothpick, but my god, can he throw some food back.
Could you at least go easy on me?
Everyone eat
Whatever you guys want.
Woohoo! Great, Chief! Aren't we lucky?
Sushi!
Alright, listen. There's so many rants that I could go on about it, alright? Doesn't matter, doesn't matter, doesn't matter. Who cares? Alright, literally she was just talking about how good she was doing at the gymnastics thing. Okay, listen. I will keep it as short and sweet as I possibly can. Sumeri has brought very little to the table. Most of her story elements that were supposed to be important are done much better by other Phantom Thieves or other confidants. The only thing that she brings to the table is being a red herring so that you aren't paying attention to Dr. Maruki in the background being a bad guy. That is the only thing she brings to the table. And she feels so forced from the get-go. I was not behind her at all. Whenever I saw her in the trailer, I was like, oh, she's cute. Let's see what she brings. The second I saw her on screen during the tutorial, when she comes to save you, I knew for a fact I was not going to like her, and I have yet to be wrong. Anyways. Anyways, we're gonna time skip again. It is now the 13th.
Oh yeah. You ready for tomorrow?
Definitely. What's tomorrow?
White Day. That's tomorrow, right?
Yeah. Yeah, no, I need to be a good boyfriend, huh?
You got some chocolates on Valentine's Day, didn't you? And White Day's when you return the favor. What's your plan? You've at least got some kind of present ready, right?
Yeah, definitely.
Get it together, kid. Sometimes I don't know if you're fearless or just plain careless.
I mean, I am your son after all, so you tell me.
Fine. Listen up, and I'll give you the recipe for the ultimate date.
Okay.
Whoa. The Chief has an ultimate date plan? I better listen in too, just in case.
Yeah, what are you going to do, dude? You are literally a cat.
First off, you're gonna need a gift. This won't work without one. Can't go wrong with flowers. Just make sure you buy them before the date. You gotta present them near the end. Surprise her. So you can't let her see you buying them on the date. Got it?
Got it.
Huh. Gotta give them flowers, huh? I gotta take notes.
He's gonna pick like a daffodil or like a dandelion off the side of the road and try to give it to An, isn't he?
Next, think about where you're taking her.
Okay.
You're gonna want somewhere with the right atmosphere, but it's gotta be peaceful. Oh, how about that new aquarium exhibit in Shinagawa? Just saw a commercial for it. Might be a good spot, right?
The aquarium's a good place for a date. I see.
Now, once the date part's over, you gotta take her out to dinner. Somewhere nice, too.
Yeah.
It's kinda last minute to make reservations. All the fancy places get booked pretty fast around White Day.
Okay, right. Too late to make any reservations. Wait, what?
Anyway, around that? I mean, I am the main character.
Damn it. I don't usually do this, but I know a place.
Oh? Coffee Dad, do you have a hookup for us?
Can't guarantee anything. I bet they're full up too. But you might get an edge if you mention my name.
Ooh.
Wow, amazing! Chief has connections!
He's coming in clutch! See, this is why you're the best dad.
So once you're at dinner, you get to talking, enjoying yourselves. That's when you give it to her.
The song. The bill. No, the flowers.
Good. You were paying attention. It's the perfect time to surprise her. That ought to do it. Just follow the plan and you're safe.
Got it. Joker just has like the world's tiniest notebook and his pen's just flying across the page trying to take notes.
Wow, this plan is foolproof. Leave it to the chief.
Okay, but where do I sneak in the Wii U? Do I put it in the bouquet of flowers? My God, kid, of course you do. You're right. That was a dumb question. Got it.
Well, I taught you my secrets. The rest is on you. Do your prep and make those reservations.
I mean, White Day is tomorrow, so there's no way this is gonna work. But then again, I am an anime protagonist.
Good luck. On that note, I'm going home. Now it's up to you.
You should start prepping right away.
No, it's just a picture of a bouquet on a Wii U gamepad. Ooh, even better! Did the Wii U have like a drawing function, kind of like Flipnote on the DS? You draw her a picture of flowers on the Wii U. There we go. Now we're cooking with oil. This is not a threat. Frankie just wants to show you his knife. Well, that's a really nice knife. Frankie, what you gonna do with it? Are you gonna make some food? You know you have claws for that.
Don't waste the chief's advice, all right?
Also, hi, Alpha Wolf Kai.
Let's see.
I hope I said that right.
The
Oh,
reservation
welcome.
comes first. You remember that restaurant Chief told you about?
Yeah. Let me call them. They're probably closed because it's midnight.
Thank you for calling, sir. Were you looking to make a reservation?
Yeah.
I'm sorry, sir, but I'm afraid we're fully booked for tomorrow.
White Day is crazy, huh? But don't worry. All you have to do is mention the chief.
You're a friend of Mr. Sakura's?
Yeah, that's right. So if you don't give us a table right here, right now, he's gonna beat you up with his coffee beans. Doesn't sound particularly intimidating, but you know about those train accidents? I mean, those weren't accidents. Just gonna throw that out there.
My apologies, sir. If you could just hold for one moment. Thank you for your patience. You wanted a dinner course for 2 on the 14th.
That's correct.
We will have a table ready for you.
Sweet!
Dang, the chief has serious clout.
Yeah, he does. It's probably because he used to work for the government or something. But also, they didn't like write down a time, so they'll just have a table ready for me whenever I show up. Doesn't matter if the place is booked. Doesn't matter if the place is absolutely packed. They will kick somebody out just for us. And you know what? Just once, I want to have that amount of audacity. Just once.
Could I ask your name and contact information?
Okay, your dinner plans are locked in.
I mean, have you ever gotten hit with a bag of coffee beans? You know what? I don't think I have. That is not an experience that I have had the pleasure of having, I guess.
Now you just gotta get the flowers, and then it's off to the aquarium and dinner.
Yeah.
It's gonna be busy tomorrow, so we'd better get rest while we can.
True. Find me! Thank you so much for the follow. Hey, Alpha Wolf Kai. Thank you. Welcome to my shenanigans.
Today's the day. Let's go get those flowers.
Yeah.
I think there was a florist in that underground passage in Shibuya.
There is. I had a job there once. We're gonna show up. The lady's gonna be like, "Where have you been?" Like, sorry, I forgot I was hired by you. That's my bad.
I'm looking forward to it. Hey.
Oh, your dad actually. I am so sorry.
Oh, what brings you here today?
Well, it's definitely not gonna be work.
I see. Okay, leave it to me. That should do it. I tried to keep it as simple as possible.
Simple?
Okay, that comes out to...
My woman deserves the best. What do you mean, simple?
Hold on. Let me cover this one. You've been taking care of me yourself, so...
I'm sorry. With what money? $10 says Frankie took our wallet and is pretending to be chivalrous.
I need to express appreciation for you, too.
Good luck! I'm rooting for you!
Thanks.
Okay, now you're all ready for the date. You know who you plan on inviting. right?
Flowers, got it. Joker reaches over and picks a couple leaves and a tomato from Haru's garden. She just goes, hey! And Makoto's like, you know what? You tried. That's very sweet. And she just kind of like pats your head, kind of like a mother does to a stupid little kid.
Don't worry, I'm a gentleman who knows his manners. I won't be tagging along.
Good.
All right. Good luck out there.
Don't do that. Guys, we have so many options. I don't know who we're going to invite. Except also, sorry to do this, but your girl's out of water, and we're about to go on a very important date. So, I need to go hydrate before I go, do some schmoove moves or whatever. So, we are going to take a very brief break so I can get some more water, and then we're gonna go on this hot date at the aquarium. Because hot and aquarium, like, right? That makes zero sense, let's just be honest. Anyways, I will be right back. As always, everybody, straighten your backs, unclench your jaws, and also please go get some water with me. We all need to stay hydrated because the world is slowly burning. Anyways, we'll be right back. Do I even want to know? I mean, cactus juice is the way to go, guys. I mean, have you seen Avatar: The Last Airbender?
Something wrong? Huh? Okay. Thank God you said something. I was getting kind of worried. Today's, well, you know.
Yeah, no, I know, babe. But also, it wouldn't be me if I wasn't doing things last minute. And also, like, in a very dramatic way. Okay? Like, have you seen the rest of this game? It's fine.
Okay, let me get changed and I'll meet you there.
You're gonna head to bed? Alright, well, thanks for coming by, Phoenix. I hope to see you again soon. Have a good night. I met up with Makoto at the aquarium.
It's beautiful.
Yes, you are. I mean, yeah, the fishes, yeah.
I've been to aquariums before, but they never seemed quite as magical as this. That was a long time ago, though. My father took me here once when I was in grade school.
Ooh, awkward. I hope you're not getting, like, traumatic flashbacks to the fact that your father is definitely not here.
My sister would have gone, but I think she stayed home that day. Too busy studying for some exam. Hey, is this in return for Valentine's Day?
What? No.
You really didn't have to go to all this trouble, but I'm glad you did.
All right, tip number 1, whether or not you're meaning to be flirty or if you're just trying to be supportive of a friend, as soon as they say, wow, that's amazing, or wow, this looks beautiful, just hit them with the, yeah, you are. They will be so shocked that at first they'll be like, ugh, and then they'll get all flabbergasted and flattered. It's a very, very cute reaction to watch, and like, it gives me like little heartworms. Warm feeling in my heart. You know what I mean.
Thank you.
She seems pleased. Good. This kind of heartworms, yeah. This just reminds me that I was filming a TV show where we set up a date in an aquarium, and it was in this awesome tunnel. That it was a tunnel where like the walls and the ceiling was an aquarium tank. So like you could see like stingrays swimming over and around you. It's great. And we set up a romantic steak dinner in that tunnel. Like we rented the entire aquarium to make that date happen. It was very vibes. Like we had candles everywhere, we had rose petals on the floor, we had like the white cloth table with the comfy chairs and awesome scenery. It was an amazing date. And then the guy of the date ruined it because of course he did. But you know what? I like to think back to the vibes that we created that night.
Hey, are you hungry? I think we've seen everything here. We could go get some dinner if you want.
Yeah, what a spontaneous and definitely not planned idea.
What? Really? Well, now you've got my hopes up. I guess we'd better get going.
I know, usually you're the brains of this operation, but guess what? I have agency. So just watch the master at work or something.
This restaurant really is lovely.
A friend recommended it. It's pretty nice, ain't it?
You don't say.
Yeah.
Sounds like you've got some friends in high places then.
You have no idea.
If you're trying to be unbelievably smooth, it's working. Especially earlier when you went to the staff to get our reservation. You were so composed.
Damn it, Voltage! Oh, that's gonna go down in history. That's gonna go down in cat cinema universe history, isn't it? Fuck.
That was the most adult I've ever seen you.
I know, it's refreshing that you don't have to be the parent, isn't it? Condescendingly gives her head pats like she usually does to us.
Sorry, I need to step out for a moment.
Okay, that's not suspicious. Joker's just been sitting there in that exact pose for about 30 minutes, just thinking, she'll be back soon. This is fine.
Sorry about that.
Oh, you're back. You know, I was starting to get worried about you. But, you're back, so that's neat.
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for joining us on this special day.
The curtain opens and it's just a giant display with like a bunch of different Wii U's in different colors.
We wish you all an unforgettable evening, with one last finishing touch from us.
What's going on?
Just kidding. It's the skyline. Look at that. Just look at that. If that isn't Lady and the Tramp, romance, this is the night, playing on an accordion, like, just screw yourself if this isn't pretty.
What?
Surprise!
Thank you.
I heard girls like flowers, so I got you 12 of them.
Seems unreal, like something that only ever happens on TV.
Well, I mean, this is technically on a TV. It's just not a TV show. What? What? Nothing.
But now that it's happening to me, I don't know what to think. I'm just so happy. Is it because I don't have experience in these things? Would I know what to say if I dated someone before?
No, you wouldn't know what to say. I'm just too good at my job. And he's just like tucking hair between, like, behind his ear. It's just like, I'm just so good at what I do. Who cares, man?
You're right. I'm so happy right now. Nothing else matters.
Other than the fact that I'm starving, where the fuck is our food?
I guess you planned today out to the smallest detail, huh?
Joker's so smooth that sandpaper slides him off of him like butter. Oh, that is a mental image.
Thank you. Now that I think of it, this is just like you.
Yeah.
Whenever you go to this much trouble, it's always for someone else's sake.
Yep.
I need to start following your example.
Or you can just live for yourself and just keep being the wonderful person you are, and I'll be over here being your supportive house husband. I'm looking forward to it then.
Thanks. Hey.
What's up?
Do you have to be anywhere after this?
I mean, I was planning to go to your place, but do you want to come to mine instead? No, not really.
If not, we should spend some more time together.
That was an on-the-fly one-liner that I definitely didn't steal from somebody. Well, now I'm starting to think you did steal it from somebody. Do I need to sick Frankie on you? I'll do it. It's any excuse to get away from him.
Wait, I don't mean to come off as clingy or anything.
Babe, don't even worry. You're good.
It's all this romance in the air. I don't know how to deal with it. Still, if it's just for one evening, we can lean into it, right?
I can lean into you if you know what I'm saying. Makoto and I spend some time alone together. And just like one of my favorite quotes from Princess Bride, the book, not the movie, the book, we're not going to show what happens between these lovely couples because sometimes even fictional characters need their time alone. Time skip. It is now the 19th.
Hey, you're finally taking off tomorrow.
Yeah, don't remind me. I'm gonna cry.
Sojiro said you don't have to help out here today.
Insider trading, nah. The new hip thing with the youths is online banking. It is very sexy, it's very in, it's very hot. Online banking.
Go and see your friends before you leave.
Okay.
Off you go then.
Try not to cry.
I'll make you cry. I will punch you, and then I'll punch Frankie onto your face. Could hang out with Sojiro. Or I could go outside. Or I... Fine. What do you want, you little gremlin? Man, I can't believe you're really going home tomorrow. I'm sure it'll be lonely, but you'll do
Even
great.
after we're dead and gone, we'll still be the Phantom Thieves, right?
Oh, that was the voice. My bad.
Saying goodbye to me? Oh, cut it out. You're gonna see me tomorrow.
Frankie told me to talk to you.
Just remember to pack once you get back, you hear? I don't want you forgetting anything important here.
That reminds me. Maybe I should give Sojiro my diary. Oh, that's not a good idea. He's gonna know all my thoughts. But then again, he's not gonna read it, right? I mean, that'd be kind of weird to read another man's diary, right?
Oh, yeah. I forgot about this. The Diary of the Phantom Thieves leader, huh? Probably gonna be worth a lot someday.
Please don't sell it. I have so many embarrassing things written in there.
Thanks, though. I'll keep it safe.
Like, it's embarrassing how many times I've died according to this diary. Like, please don't.
Well, we've all been through a lot, but it seems like everything's changed for the better. Try to behave yourself back home, would you? Not like you ever listened to me anyway.
I listen to you sometimes. I mean, you taught me how to brew coffee. That's pretty neat.
Here, I want you to have these. I've got them memorized already.
Flips to a random page. Day 204. Frankie will not shut up. I have tried everything. Why have I made the decision to keep him? Oh, that's right. The choice was never mine to begin with.
With that stuff, you can make the same... Well, no, that'd be a waste. Put your own spin on the flavor. Develop it. Make it yours. Come on, you should get going. Still got things to do, right?
Yeah. Screw you, you little squid. Knock off of a squid kid looking ass. Goodbye.
Hey!
By the way, you got a notification on your phone. Who's it from? Who do you think it's from? I had to swing by the college to submit some paperwork. Would you like to meet up before that? Jason, there's something I want to give you. I'm at Shujin right now, so let's meet at the station platform. Yeah. Oh, hey cutie. What's going
Sorry to
on?
bother you when you're so busy, but I wanted to see you before you left. Won't be long until I'm living alone too. We'll both have to get used to the quiet.
Sounds like an excuse to visit, huh?
What's that supposed to mean?
I think you know exactly what it means. I'm stealing your Wii U. You have to come and visit me to get it back. Ha! Runs away.
Well, I guess we won't have to tiptoe around my sister, or Boss.
Yeah, how crazy would it be that we got a text from Akechi? You know what? This game would try that. It would.
My sister and I are actually going to go look at my new place soon. A year ago, all this would have been unthinkable for me. But nobody told me to do this. It's a path I chose for myself.
Which is an amazing feeling, by the way. Like having total freedom and being able to say, hey, I want to do this now, and you do it, just such a good feeling.
Of course, I'd never have gotten to this point alone. You gave back then. I was just another honor student. Meeting you helped me change how I define myself.
You get a random text for a number saying, this is Murder Husband. I have your Wii U. Meet me at this place at this time if you want it back. And he steps out of the shadows like, hello, missed me. And then roll credits. That's it. That's the end of the game.
So
Oh, she gave me a
want you to have
calculator.
this. It helped me learn to love studying.
Oh, how studious.
One day, I'll be a police commissioner. I know it won't be easy, but I also know I'll never give up. By giving this to you, I want to prove that. And I hope it'll comfort you when I can't be there myself.
You know, this would be a really sweet moment if we weren't constantly being interrupted by the subway announcement voice. Just gonna throw that out there.
It doesn't matter if we're far apart. Our hearts will be as close as ever. And that'll help me keep fighting.
Yeah. Very sweet, very sweet. Love it. Oh, hello. Oh, you just say that the doctor's doing a good
then
job.
Let me give about Miwa-chan. Her symptoms started fading pretty soon after administering the new medicine.
You can see her smile now.
Yeah, I can't wait. It's all thanks to you. Thank you for supporting me through it all. Same goes for the situation with Oyamada. You did everything you could to help me with it. I don't know where all that devotion comes from. Maybe I should take a cue from you.
I mean, I wouldn't be opposed. What? I was talking about my girlfriend. You know what? Fair. You know what? Gay rights. Love it.
Here. I want you to have this.
She sticks you with a final needle. I just need one more test. Sorry.
You saved Miwa-chan. It's only fair that you get to meet her someday. Let's see. Once Miwa-chan's all better, maybe the both of us could take a trip to visit you.
Yeah, that wouldn't be weird. A doctor that tested me and the girl that was the reason I was being tested on. Yeah, that's not weird.
Keep your health in check. I want you there to welcome us with a smile, okay?
Cool. That was the hot doctor. Who's in the back streets? You never know if you don't go. You never shine if you don't go. You know. What do we have here? It looks like we got a stall. A drink of water. Hello.
You look like you're doing well. I decided to stop by after work. I used to come by this area on occasion. I was always a fan of LeBlanc's coffee.
Then why haven't I seen you before?
It's tomorrow, right? The day you go home?
Yeah. This is your final chance to propose to me. I mean, my hand's right here. Joker's like holding out his hand, like waiting for a ring to be slipped onto his ring finger. Like, I'm waiting. You still trying to catch me?
Right. I'm taking you in.
Yeah, where are we going?
On the record, you've been cleared of all the crimes you were accused of. Unfortunately, the stigmas that came with them are a little harder to simply wipe away.
Yeah.
You might find that even now, sometimes it'll feel like the whole world's against you.
Yeah, but you know, one of those stigmas could have, you know, been avoided if you hadn't told me to, oh, I don't know, turn myself in. It's okay, Queen, I'm not salty.
So, just in case, take this.
Okay, what is it? That is a business card. Joker just like quickly origami folds it into a ring and slips on his ring finger, just going, I accept.
Whenever you need help, I'll be on your side. Remember that.
Aw, thank you.
I'll be doing my part to bring some real justice to our legal system.
Okay, you know what? Close enough. Alright, who we got here? Who we got here? Just kidding. I know where they are, because they're where they're always at. Or maybe not. Maybe I've been bamboozled. What are you doing in this square? Oh! Oh, it's Yoshi! Uncle Yoshi!
You're heading home tomorrow, I hear. It'll be a new start. You've got my blessing, whatever that's worth. I recall the days when you helped me out with my speeches here.
So, what's Joker's mom gonna say when he shows back up after doing a bunch of mindfuckery and killing 2 gods? She's gonna look up from her newspaper and just go, "Took you long enough," and goes back to reading.
We'll be treading separate paths, but as long as we share a common purpose, I'm sure I'll see you again. If I've earned the support of an upright young man like you, well, that must surely be my greatest achievement. You expect farewells to be so sad, but here we are beaming. From now on, your life is your own to live. Now, I suppose I'd better send you off with a parting gift.
Am I just gonna get like a bunch of trinkets to put on my room? I'll take it. I love trinkets. How'd you know? A fountain pen? Oh, I'll buy a little stand for it. It'll be really weird.
It's an incredibly expensive fountain pen I bought back when I'd strayed from the right path. Embarrassingly enough, I hardly used it. I hope you'll put it to better use than I did.
Like I said, I'm gonna put it on a stand and put it on my desk. It's gonna be really weird.
Whatever new chapters you write with that pen, I'll be watching for them.
Oh yeah, I remember whenever Joker was first announced for Smash, everybody was like, oh, what if Bayonetta was his mom? And then Kirby, who just swallowed Joker and has Joker's hair, it's like the awkward little brother who's going through like a weird phase. I remember those jokes. I thought they were funny. Alright, which one's the arcade? Is that the arcade? That's the arcade. Hey, Ryuji!
Yo.
What's up?
Man, spring break's supposed to be the most fun part of the year, but instead you're just moving away.
I know, it sucks, but so are you.
Then again, so am I.
Exactly.
I guess this is probably the last time we'll be meeting up here.
Be sure to come by, though.
Don't even have to ask. I was already gonna do that. Spring break is gonna be boring as hell anyway.
Bro.
Wait a sec. Your hometown isn't near the countryside, is it?
I mean, sort of.
I was just thinking it'd be great to run and train somewhere out where it's all big, naturey open space. Honestly, even with the rehab, I don't know if my leg's ever gonna be how it was before. But when I think about how much I want to run, well, I figure there's no point lying to myself. Nothing's guaranteed. I don't know if I'm gonna get anywhere, but well, you could say that for any goal, right?
True.
I don't want to live stuck on regrets or shame. I'd rather just run and keep on running.
Man, I wish I had the stamina for that. I'm working on it, but that sounds nice.
And hey, you better practice too. See, if we share our times, we can even compete from far away.
True. Oh, I'm kind of doing that right now with a friend of mine. We're like calculating distances, and honestly, I'm smoking him right now, but that is a lead I'm about to lose.
Man, when I think about going to school without you guys, I don't know. I can't imagine it.
Oh yeah, no, I love Ryuji's voice. He's just a... Whoever... I forget his name. I forget who did it, and I feel really bad about forgetting the voice actor's name, but like... He's got that lovable, goofball, golden retriever energy wrapped around like a slight delinquent. It's so good.
It's nice feeling like I got a future worth looking forward to for once, though. And it's all thanks to you, man.
Oh yeah, Max! Good old Max. Are you going to bed? Folgers, we're so close to the end, though. We're so close. We're so close. I'm just saying goodbye to all of my friends.
Oh. did you come here for souvenirs? This place has everything. I'm busy getting ready for my study abroad, too. Gotta research schools, places to live, but we're all splitting off to do our own thing, huh? Honestly, it's not really hitting me yet.
And it's not gonna hit you for a little while until you find yourself at the new place and you just go, huh, I'm not going back, huh? That's how I felt when I went to college.
I mean, it makes sense. We stuck with each other through all the freaky stuff last year. By the way, a little girl stopped me the other day in Shibuya. She said she saw me in magazines, and that she wants to be just like me when she grows up. It felt incredible.
Oh, that's such a sweet feeling.
Oh, right. Vague did a special piece on me in this month's issue. I said it all in the interview, but I'm gonna work hard. One day, I'll be modeling across the world.
Hell yeah.
I've gotta reach people. I want to give someone hope, like you did for me.
Okay, but like imagine she does hit it worldwide in like 10 years down the line, like she's like still like a top model, and you run across her and she's like, oh, hey, hey fan, and he's just like, do you not remember me? We did the freaky mind stuff. She's like, oh, you have such an imagination. That's so wild. And she like completely forgets. Oh, that would be so awkward, but so funny.
Thank you for all you've done. The days I spent with you were some of the brightest in my life. Once I'm a star, I'm gonna shine even brighter though. So you watch out for me.
Okay. I look at this and remember I've only spoken, like 2 of my friends have graduated in the past 2 years. Well, see, that's the thing. Is that just like... the friends that you have in high school might not last, and that's okay. Like, that's fine. I hardly talk to anybody I graduated with. Then again, I also had a huge graduating class.
Oh, what a coincidence. I'm about to give a lecture. Did you come to see the campus? You're going back home tomorrow, right? Make sure you keep up your studies there, okay?
Yes, Mom.
Of course. And let me know if there's anything you need. This is the last time we'll see each other for a while. You can at least look a little sad about it.
Boo-hoo, I'm super sad.
I'm kidding. Honestly, seeing you so happy gives me peace of mind. Now that you're heading out into the world, I've got a present for you.
Unlimited service? Oh, that's dangerous.
It sounds like the setup to a joke. A student bumps into his teacher in a full French maid outfit. But somehow, that opened up all kinds of new paths in my life. You taught me so much. You're not just my best student. You were a great master.
Stop!
I can make up for all the times I distanced myself from my students. I'll help anyone who needs it. The point is, I'll put in the work. I learned a lot from you, and I won't let that go to waste.
Yeah, it's still awkward. It doesn't matter how funny it is, it's still awkward as hell. Oh, that's the kid. Don't want to talk to him.
Oh, you came to visit. You're going home tomorrow, correct?
Yeah.
To tell you the truth, I have an important shogi tournament tomorrow as well. Thank you very much. If I do well, that will make it 10 straight wins. I'll work hard so I can give you a good report. That's quite a smile. Like a knight standing victorious at the end of a grand siege.
Kawakami is one of the biggest reasons you're considering not getting in the game. But see, that's the thing. You don't have to interact with her. You don't have to. Like, yes, you'll have to see the setup to her confidant, which is catching her in a maid outfit. But other than that, you don't have to talk to her at all. I just chose to because, like, her perks as a confidant is good enough for me to ignore the maid outfit stuff.
But I suppose a knight can't remain idle for too long. His presence is still needed elsewhere, I take it? If my shogi skills have truly helped such a dauntless champion, then it has been an honor and a pleasure. From one player to another, I have a parting gift for you.
Is it a shogi set? Oh, it's a piece.
The lance piece moves exclusively forward. Until it is promoted, it can only move onward, never back. So let us continue on our own paths, even if we have to part ways for now.
Fair.
One day, when the two of us lances have been promoted, we will retrace our steps and meet again.
Okay, see, that's really cute. That's really sweet. Oh yeah, I didn't finish her story, did I? I was like, why can't I meet up with Haru? Because I didn't finish her story. Good job, Ding Dong.
I think there are a few people you haven't said goodbye to yet. Are you sure you want to head home?
Yep.
Are you really sure?
Yes.
Hey, I actually have a present for you too.
It better not be a dead rat. I cannot keep doing this, Frankie. Oh, it's a scarf.
Even when I was human, I kept holding on to this for some reason. Between a cat, a human, or some kind of vehicle, it's been hard to say for sure who or what I am.
You're a cat, and your cat stink is all over this bandana, and you just gave it to me, despite the fact that we're not saying goodbye. You're following me for some reason.
But whatever else I am, I can say without a doubt, I'm your partner.
Gross. I have Makoto.
Well then, we should probably go home and get packed, huh?
Probably smells like cat hair, femboy, and disappointment. The worst combination.
You finished saying your goodbyes?
I did.
Well, how'd it go? Did it make you feel like you want to stay?
I do want to stay, but the game says no.
I see. You must have made a lot of good memories here.
I did, and memories with you are included in that batch, sir.
You're leaving early tomorrow from Shibuya, right? Make sure you pack up before you head to sleep. Oh, and take that stupid cat with you. I don't want it getting lost and ending up back here.
Oh, like you wouldn't take care of it if he did stay.
Don't make fun of me. I can go wherever I want all by myself.
Huh, it really never stops meowing, huh?
You're telling me.
Hey, Futaba, what's he saying? Is he sad that he has to leave me?
Yeah, definitely.
He said, Sojiro's stupid.
What?
What kind of translation is that? Let me have a nice goodbye. Mona's your responsibility now. Leave Sojiro to me.
Yeah, there's nothing wrong with this plan at all.
All right, I've been counted on.
Oh, man.
Even if you're not here, I'll make sure I do my best. So, you go do your best too.
Cut to a week later when we're getting a call from Coffee Dad that's reporting to us that Futaba burnt the entire cafe down.
Thank you for everything.
Alright, who's ready to cry for this ending? Who's ready?
Hey, you got everything? When I took you in, I thought I was the one helping you. But it turns out it was the other way around. Take care.
I'll be lonely without you.
Stop it. I'd rather hear that coming from a lady. Oh, and sorry. I wanted to have Futaba see you off too. I haven't been able to find her since this morning though.
Huh, that's suspicious.
Same with that cat.
Oh, well that's good.
If you end up back in the city, come on by. I'll at least treat you to a nice cup of coffee.
Bet.
Wait, that means I can't go closing the store, huh? What are you doing? Hurry up and go.
Yes, sir. Thank you for everything.
Yeah.
Oh, he's tearing up and crying. There, Coffee Dad. Oh, he actually is! Coffee Dad! Alright, you ready? Oh, it's a beautiful day to have to go home.
Yo! You over there!
Hey, look this way!
After we said we'd disband.
We are all on break after all. No more entrance exams. I can
Finally,
drive you to
just
the
the
station.
people I like.
You really, really gotta go?
Shit.
They've even followed us here?
What should we do?
Need a hand?
Oh, a simple taxi driver.
Dr. Maruki?
You're suggesting we split up? Should we? Here we go!
Come and get us!
Shall we then?
Man, what a damn near perfect ending.
There's no charge. If you find yourself struggling in life, you can start over, like me. Remember that. So yeah, if that ends up saving you, then we're square. Good luck.
Yeah, so in the original ending, he never turned himself in, and so they fled the town. They kind of kept that for this ending for some reason.
Give up.
Wish it went smoother, but I guess this is it.
Be sure to eat well.
We'll see you soon, right?
If you don't come back, we'll find you there.
All right, it's time.
Yeah.
Aw, gotta go already?
We don't make the train schedule.
See you later, my dude!
I'll text you, okay? Come on, sit down. Keep my head up, didn't you?
Yeah, so in the original, Jason never turns himself in, and so the feds are after him to try and get him for a crime, and that's how you guys escape. And they decided to keep that for some reason in this ending. This scene doesn't matter, that's why I'm talking right now. Anyways, goodbye. Save me, please. Oh, that's actually kind of cute. All right, Frankie. Okay. Man, I really got to say goodbye to everybody. We came full circle multiple times. We killed 2 gods. Not bad. Not bad. And that is Persona 5 Royal. There's gonna be cute little cutscenes going through, but I will be talking just because there's not audio here. As I was trying to say, in the original ending, you were encouraged to turn yourself in, but we don't, because Akechi does, and the feds still want to pin everything on Jason, but they can't. So there's this whole like sequence where like we're escaping the cops, and then they decide, using that vehicle that they had in the animated ending, to use that vehicle to drive him there so that they can spend a couple more hours together before they truly have to disband. It's a very heartwarming but very bittersweet ending. This one feels a lot more like, it's still kind of bittersweet, but it definitely feels a little more finalized. It feels a little more closed book. Like, they're finding their own path. They'll be okay. The original is a lot more bittersweet. But if you play this game straight through, no breaks, it hits a lot harder just because, you know, the story just happens. Bam, 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 bam. It's lessened a little bit now that it's been stretched apart. We've been making jokes about toothpicks and Frankies and Wii U's for some reason. But I don't know. I've come to care about these characters a million times over every time I've played it. So yeah, it's still bittersweet, right? Like, you want to stay so badly, but in the original, you're literally kicked out because the feds are still trying to pin stuff on you. So you kind of have to leave town, otherwise they're just gonna keep harassing you. Other than the fact that you're also off of probation, so the law says you have to move back. So it's just like, getting rid of that because it all resolved because of Maruki magic is like, it lessens the blow, but the blow is still there. And just what a wild, wild adventure that I'm seriously so glad that you guys have stuck around for. So part of the reason that I've been really pushing, I'm sorry, I'm getting a little teared up. So Voltage kind of hinted at it earlier whenever he made that comment, but on September 20th, 2020 was my first stream ever. And now, 2 years later, I am beating the first game I ever started streaming. And whenever I first started whenever I first started streaming, I was lucky to get 2, maybe 3 people in my audience. And it was like Sable or my friend Trusty or maybe Cinny. And like, we had fun, but like they're more lurkers than active viewers. And now here I am 2 years later beating this game, and a lot of you guys have become regulars, and I am so blessed. I am so lucky to have you guys as active viewers. We have had we have had so much fun together, and just my line of work as a filmmaker, as a film production person, is very stressful, and like, by all means I should be exhausted, but I have found myself energized and so excited to stream with you guys because you guys are just so much fun to hang out with. I know I'm a bad VA, I'm not hiding my emotions, I know. But just, I am so lucky and so happy to be able to do this, to be able to hang out with you guys and play emotional, fun games like this and joke about Wii U's of all things, a console I've never owned. Oh man, I might have taken away all of the sting of this heckin' ending just because we're joking about a dumb console that I never even owned. Nobody bet 73, but Seth did bet 74, I'm pretty sure. So I think Seth wins this. Let me double check, but I'm pretty sure. So I guess just what I'm trying to say is thank you, everyone. Really and truly, thank you. I never expected this to go anywhere. I hoped that streaming would go somewhere, and the fact that it even went even a fraction of somewhere is amazing. So just thank you. Man. And now they're coming out with another bundle for this game? So, I'm gonna have to buy it and play it again, right? Is that what's gonna have to happen? Thank you for giving us something great. Thank you. There have been days where I'm just exhausted and I'm just like doing knee-jerk reactions where I'm being sarcastic and dumb, and I always wonder like who the heck wants to watch this. But the fact that you guys have stuck around, the fact that I can have even just a tiny son of a frog. Start crying again. Guys, stop. Thank you. Guys! I don't know what I did to deserve you guys. Thank you. Guys! No, don't start a hype train. Come on. No, don't stop breaking me. Fuck you guys. Thank you. Damn it, I was gonna be snarky and sassy and be like, thanks for 2 years, you dumbasses, for putting up with me. But I can't do that if I'm actually crying. No, stop! Guys, come on! Spend your money on something useful! Thanks for the 100 biddies too. Alright, there we go. End of the credits. There's supposed to be something happening. Thank you. Functional adults. Good job spelling Halo. Show us the thing. I earned it. Please. There we go. We got the true ending, boys. I did it just for you. That motherfucker. I smelled the scent of somebody who stole my Wii U. You thought this was the ending. You hear that music? We ain't done, boys. Nah, just kidding. It is the end. Oh god, emotional dump. 1 second. Alright guys, so yes, that was the official ending of Persona 5 Royal. What you saw is exactly how it was meant to be. If you got questions, I'll explain later. And now we take it to Smash. No, now we take it to Strikers. That is next on the agenda, though I might take a little bit of a break from Persona. Let's see. I was literally gotten to the point of remembering it's Wednesday because of my streams. So thank you for keeping my schedule in check. Dude, honestly, sometimes like with my job, I forget what day it is. I'm just like, am I supposed to stream today? No, it's not Wednesday. Never mind. So same. Thank you for brightening my Wednesdays. Aw, especially when I needed it these past few weeks. You had to say goodbye to your oldest dog. I'm so sorry. Oh, I'm so sorry. That's never easy. So long as there's society, there is a Joker. He is unnecessary evil. We reached a level 3 hype trait. You guys, come on. And then I found you through a PM raid, and now I only watch you. Stop. You guys spoil me rotten. I don't know what I've done to deserve you, but thank you. To think a little nowhere town, little small town girl like me could do anything that I've done is just nothing short of astounding. And just thank you. You guys have been nothing short of amazing. And with that, I'm going to end stream, and then I'm going to snuggle Ramona until she yells at me, because damn it, you guys, you got me emotional. So here's a host for another 2 years. Thank you. I don't intend on quitting anytime soon, so definitely here's to 2 more years. Before we end out of curiosity, all right, I'll give you a second to add your curiosity, but your streams are just kind of part of my week. Thank you for being cool. Thank you for joining me, Lucario, for any amount of time. And that goes to all of you guys. I've said it a million times. The fact that you guys even show up for even just 5 minutes is nothing short of amazing for me. So thank you for that. What was plan B this stream? I was going to load up Hades, if I'm being 100% honest. I was just going to load up either my Luck Lock or Hades, depending on how I was doing. And given how emotional you guys were making me, I was going to load up Hades. It was going to be nothing serious. I can't do the seal thing just yet. I do plan on it, though. Anyways, thank you so much for joining me. As always, straighten your backs, unclench your jaws, drink some heckin' water, and tell your loved ones that you love them. So thank you, guys. Thank you. And I'll see you guys next week.